Find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shanna, how you doing, French wrench? Am I in your boot? Big Rick? In the bushes. Tracy, Anthony, Clearwater Beach, it's calling me. Cynthia, Daves, how are you? Thorton Township fight. And for all of you recording in the background, have a good time. Because I want to know, hey, good to see you. Is this what you want your life to be? Is this what you aspire for your children? Mama Love, welcome. Is it?
I don't know if this works. Can you hear me? Good evening, everybody. I have two statements I want to make. One is a question, rather. The first statement is, at the last meeting, we had...
I want to ask you, this community, is this what you want for your children? Is this what you aspire for your futures? Nate, that's you standing there, isn't it? You're a little nervous. Ah, really? Anthony, really? Was she? Okay. Karen, good to see you. Everybody's going to have their opinion on here. I'm just going to show you. Okay? But is this what you strive for your children?
You have to tell her what to do, and she can't think of reasoning off herself. She needs to step down from that position, but we know that's going to be...
Brandon, good to see you.
Next person is...
Now, I want you to watch Nate Fields. That's Nate Fields, isn't it? Is that Nate right there?
Jedediah.
Acting a little nervous, aren't you?
Excuse me, my bad. I'm a little distracted. All right, so man, there's so much. I didn't want to say nothing, but I really didn't like how you disrespected the newly elected trustee. But what I want to say is clear that you got questionable spending habits. You got a failed business venture. Your restaurant was deemed nasty. And it's proven while you talking about her education, we can't even verify yours. Since you sold for women, I really already knew by the way you handled Fania. But for you to sit up here and disparage that woman after giving her that fake ass congratulations in the beginning because you thought you was gonna get what you wanted. Here's the thing. I want to educate you. Stephanie Wiedemann is a 20-year employee and ain't none of her big business ventures ever failed. On top of that, she serves as a chief of staff and she didn't fuck her way to the top. She's efficient in budgets and don't hide her deeds. She's efficient in organization. She served as a temporary interim executive director for the Dalton Park District until she stepped aside to help her daughter become something you'll never be, which is a married woman. And her daughter moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter, but I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been...
Okay. Now I want you to watch Nate and the guy besides him. what do you do when you're setting something up? You want distractions and all this other bullshit. But the language, after your way up to the top. Okay. Well, why is this woman complaining about language?
I don't know if this works. Can you hear me? Good evening, everybody. I have two statements I want to make. One is a question, rather. The first statement is, at the last meeting, we had a young lady who got up here who had not even signed up to speak, and she used a lot of profanity, and there were at least two children in the audience, and our supervisor was smiling like it was cute, and she did not have her head down if she has it down now. I don't understand. If you're a woman, lift your head up and listen to what's said. Whether you accept it or not.
So you have a problem with language, right? With children in the room? But it's okay. Now, before I play this, I want to go a little further. Where's that little baby? Where's that little baby?
She got up and got in the fight. She called it like you throw it. Okay, I'll call. She got in the fight. She was fighting and swinging. She was fighting.
Is this what you want for your children? There's a baby there. Trying to find it. I'm rather disgusted. Yes, it is free speech. You have a problem with Trina Downs swearing, but it's okay for Jedediah Brown. Okay. Everybody's gonna... Yeah, the screen's blinking. Okay. There. You see that light switch? And shout out to Lansing Journal, Reality Check TV Chicago, Ryan's Gay Chicago. No, she didn't have an issue. She was pointing out super stupid hypocrisy of how she laughs and when her goons cuss, but when anyone else does, super stupid, doesn't want to decry, wants to decry. That's true, Layluck. That's true. And this is not a defend Tiffany bullshittery channel. It's just not. It's pointing out what is going on. And people are going to believe it or they're not. That's all there is to it. My question is this what you want for your children, to the community? F you, conscious. Okay. F me. Well, profanity is free speech, and I'm sure those kids have heard. See, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. Right there, Lady Luck. Is this what you want for your children? Is this the environment that you want for your children? Should children be in this room? Turn it down. Just talking about you. Yeah. Everything is okay, right? I don't know. Is it? No, it didn't. It was provoked. Yeah, right on time. So, Lady Luck, is this what you want for your children? Is this what you want for your community? Because there you see the light switch. And you're going to say, well, what the hell you talk about a light switch for? Okay. Now who's next to the light switch? Still don't get it? However, do you bring children into a hostile environment? And this is, I'm not going to try to convince anybody. I'm just not. I'm not going to. And anybody can come in here. As long as you don't attack other commenters or me in a really bad way. This is not the environment for children.
I have two statements I want to make.
And I want you to pay attention to the lights. The lights. Okay? I am not defending Tiffany. I could give two shits about Tiffany Henyard. And about right now, I could give two shits about any of you. Because there's many people in this room who knew what was going to take place.
One is a question, rather. The first statement is, at the last meeting, we had a young lady who got up here who had not even signed up to speak, and she used a lot of profanity, and there were at least two children in the audience, and our supervisor was smiling like it was cute, and she did not have her head down as she has it down now. I don't understand. If you're a woman, lift your head up and listen to what's said. Whether you accept it or not. But that's a child's move that you're doing. Okay, we'll move on from there. The other one is a question for Trustee Everett Gray, Gray Everett, I'm not sure which one it is. Why do you have to sidebar with the supervisor during these meetings? Couldn't she call you on the phone and tell you how to vote?
This is public comment. Make your comment.
Anyway, my time is not up. I haven't been up here that long. But the point is, why do you have to sidebar? I'm assuming that Miss Everett.
Now, pay close attention to that. You see that clerk looking? She's looking at who just shut the lights off.
But the point is, why do you have to sidebar? I'm assuming that Miss Everett has reasoning skills, and she can make a decision on her own. You should not have to tell her what to do. If you have to tell her what to do and she can't think and reason it out herself, she needs to step down from that position. But we know that's going to be.
Nate, why are you getting up out of your seat? Lights go off, lights go on. Nobody next to the lights. Somebody's standing next to the light switch. No, it wasn't only 2 panels. Nate, why did you get up out of your seat right after the lights came on?
And she can't
Because there you are right there.
think and reason it out herself. She needs to step down from that position. But we know that's.
Brown passes by, you immediately get up and go to the guy next to the lights.
Next person is Jedediah.
You're a little nervous there, Nate? Because you get involved in this fight along with your buddy. And I've watched you two. Not the distraction.
Excuse me, my bad, got a little distracted.
And why was Brown talking to Keith Price? That's why he was late getting up to the mic. That's why. Yeah, Kevin. Another conspiracy theory. Yeah, okay. Fine with you.
All right, so, man, there's so much. I didn't want to say nothing, but I really didn't like how you disrespected the newly elected trustee. But what I want to say is it's clear that you got questionable spending habits. You got a failed business venture. Your restaurant was deemed nasty. And it's proven while you're talking about her education, we can't even verify yours. But since you sold for women, I really already knew by the way you handled Fania. But for you to sit up here and disparage that woman after giving her that fake ass congratulations in the beginning because you thought you was going to get what you wanted. Here's the thing. I want to educate you. Stephanie Wiedemann is a 20-year employee, and ain't none of her business ventures ever failed. On top of this, she serves as a chief of staff, and she didn't fuck her way to the top. She's efficient in budgets and don't hide her deeds. She's efficient in organization. She served as a temporary interim executive director for the Thorton Park District until she stepped aside to help her daughter become something you'll never be, which is a married woman. And her daughter moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter, but I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Light, your black ass, for Stephanie to be the new member of Amish. So all those in favor say, all those against it, say nay. All those in favor say aye. You go, bitch.
Go out. That ain't right. You kicked the man while he was on the ground. What kind of guy he is? What kind of goon he is? Kick the man while he on the ground. Y'all go out. Everybody go out.
Now, who's going to escort Stephanie Wiederman out of that area? The guy that was next to the lights. Okay. Y'all can think what you want. I'm putting it out there. Think what you want. Call me unconscious with a conspiracy theory. Go ahead. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Is this what you want for your community? See that baby? Right there. That's what I was looking for earlier. But hey, do what the hell you want to do. Oops. Where'd the comments go? There they are. Can anyone that lives near the facility go and flip the switch to see what lights are controlled? I don't know. But the lights came on, went off, and they came on, and then everybody moved. That's all I can point out to you. Oh, the knife? Well, we have that too. Right there. Is that a knife? I don't know. You tell me. Is that a knife? And who's holding that knife? Is this what you want? Okay, Kevin says that's not a knife. Okay. That's what I'm asking. Is this a knife? I don't know. I'm not going to say it is. Because I can't tell you from this angle. Well, yeah, and I know you guys. Okay. Is this what you want for your children? And why would you bring an infant here? Oh, yes. Thank you, Anthony. Please subscribe if you choose to. Well, it can be stopped by adults. Adults. Okay, it's a flip phone. Okay. You don't have to convince me. I already see. And you can come in and say whatever you want to say. Don't attack the other commenters. I'm asking, is this what you want for your community? Is it?
Point is, why do you have the sidewalk? I'm assuming that Miss Everybody has reasoning skills, and she can make a decision on her own. You should not have to tell her what to do. If you have to tell her what to do, reason it out herself, she needs to step down from that position. But we know that's going to be wiped out soon.
Next person is Jedediah.
So I just put the link in the chat. Mr. LC to you. Come on up here. Come on up. With my disgusting voice. Why are you here? Even in disguise, we know exactly who you are. Come up right now. Please. Please, come up. Here, you need me to put it in there again? Are you afraid? Huh? Are you scaredy cat? Come on. Kitty, 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 kitty. There you go. Go ahead. Lady Luck. Kevin. Mr. LC to you. Come on up. Yeah, I know they are, Shanna. Come on. You don't like my... Oh, well, yeah. Sending you an email. Ooh. Are you going to tell her who I am? Well, why don't you click on that link I just put in the chat and tell everybody who I am. Come on. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come on. Come on. Kitty, 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 kitty. Need me to put it in there again? Oh, Kevin, let us know who she is. Yes. Come on up. Come on up. There's the link. Come on. Jeez, my cat's even coming to me. Scaredy cat? Huh? Little baby? Come up and tell everybody who I am. Chicken shit. Come on. Right. That's what I thought. Nothing. Put the link in there 3 times.
Excuse me.
Yes, I do, Lady Luck. Please. Come up. I sure would like Mr. LCL piece of shit too to come up. But hey. Well, Mr. MLC shit too piece of shit is to chicken too.
Hey, my bad, got a little distracted. All right, so, man, there's so much. I didn't want to say nothing, but I really didn't like how you disrespected the newly elected trustee. But what I want to say is clear that you got questionable spending habits. You got a failed business venture. Your restaurant was deemed nasty. And it's proven while you talking about her education, we can't even verify yours. But since you sold for women, I really already knew by the way you handled Fania. But for you to sit up here and disparage that woman after giving her that fake ass congratulations in the beginning because you thought she was going to get what you wanted. Here's the thing. I want to educate you. Stephanie Wiedemann is a 20-year employee and ain't none of her.
You are such a little coward. You are just a little coward. Oh, not you, MC. I'm so sorry. Not you. Sorry, MC. Not you. Yeah. Sorry, MC. I wasn't calling you a coward. Dear Lord in heaven. I am not friends with Tiffany Henyard. I don't know her. Never talked to her. Can't stand her. But is this what you want for your community? For your children? Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry. I clicked on you and... oh, shit.
Business ventures ever fail. On top of that, she serves as a chief of staff, and she didn't fuck her way to the top.
Well, Lady Luck. Let me see. Does that match you? Let me see. Where are you? Because you're in the background here. I don't see your picture. But let's bring you up. Let's go. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can. How you
Okay,
doing?
I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't know who MLC is, and I stated that I haven't recognized your voice anywhere else, so I'm not here to. That to me it's a non-issue for me. I've never said anything or indicated anything that would be conspiratorial against you and who you are, your identity.
No, I know you haven't.
So I like I stated in the chat, you don't sound like anyone else I've heard. So I'm not sure what is going on. I don't know what's happening with that, but
I don't know. Do you know whatever his name is?
Well, no, but I mean, I can't say I've never interacted with him on my channel or in my comments or anything like that. But this is the first time anyone has asked me about you and your identity. I don't know who you are. I've never heard anyone else sound like you.
Thank you.
I made that clear in the chat. I said that. I don't know if you saw the comment.
They were going so fast, Lady Luck. And you have always been respectful in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've never been disrespectful at anything to anyone.
Yeah, you've always been respectful. I do not know Tiffany Henyard. I have never spoken to Tiffany Henyard. I do not like Tiffany Henyard. But I hold all elected officials accountable. All elected officials. And my question is this what the community wants for their children?
Well, to answer that, I wouldn't bring children to a town hall meeting in general. So I would hope not. But my comment that I made about, the exposure of profanity to children, there's a chance these kids probably hear their parents curse at home. Now, should they hear it at a town hall meeting, though? I don't think so, because they shouldn't be there to begin with. And when you're talking about these types of town hall meetings involving Super Soup, because that's exactly what I call her, these meetings have become so tense and publicized. I wouldn't want to bring my kids there because I wouldn't want my kids to be caught on camera or to be caught up in some melee or any of that. When you're, you know what you're dealing with. And these meetings have been very tense in Thornton and in Dalton for over a year plus or so since I've been reporting on it. So I would not bring my kids there.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I just, my whole, there are some things that I was trying to figure out what you refer, because I've never noticed a light switching or any of that.
Right. Well,
it was about that, but
the lights go off. Everybody looks to the light switch. Okay, and I'm going to show that in the videos. And then the lights come on. And Jed gets up. He goes to Keith Price, sits down. Did you see that?
Yes, and I don't like keep chicken nuggets, so I don't know why, Jedediah would choose to even want to affiliate with him, but I don't know why he would do that. I even said, what are you talking to him about? I've even said that myself.
Yeah.
And I don't think Nate Fields is involved in anything. I do know that And like I said, I try to support as many YouTubers as I can. I may not always agree, but
Right.
I listen to Jedediah, and if he's standing there reading from a phone, and he stated that he did not plan on speaking, then it's natural to expect him to be reading from something if it's something that he just did at the last minute. And he indicated several times that he had received intel that something was going to pop off.
Yeah.
The only person that he admitted to being there with him just for that protection was Lavelle. He never mentioned anything on Nate Fields.
Well, I'm just pointing out things, and people can make their own decisions.
Right.
And we all know this was a setup. We don't know by who. Do we?
Right.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we agree it was a setup?
Personally, I agree it was a setup, definitely, and I believe it was a setup from Super Stupid's goons. It's not necessarily something that Jedediah will want. I mean, he's never, of all the interactions, and I have to look at this historically on all the other videos and other times they've interacted, they've never had a fight before. So of all the name calling they've thrown in each other, several times, especially when at Jedediah, I think 3 or 4 others were protesting outside of Super Stupid's aunt's house or somebody's house, right?
Right.
Jamal gets out the car and he's calling him a BAN and all kinds of things, the F word, gay, all this stuff, but it still didn't lead to a brawl. It didn't lead to a fight.
No, I covered it. I covered it. I even said it was a protest on a sidewalk.
Right.
In front of her house. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Now, have I said Jedediah Brown instigated this fight? Did I say that?
No.
Okay.
No. That's why I just mentioned that to kind of substantiate my comment, my point on this fight being something, if planned by Kamal and Super, not from Jedediah's end, because if he wanted to just fight the guy, he's had ample time to do this in the past. So, and this is just logic. This is not me trying to harp on or defend Jedediah. It's just what we've seen and witnessed with our own eyes in videos.
Yes, and that's what I try to point out. But whatever the coward's name is who cannot come up and tell me who I am. You see, this is the thing, Lady Luck.
Mm-hmm.
All of these channels, everybody has their own opinions. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody views things. So if I go and comment on somebody else's channel, I get attacked. I get banned. All of this. You come on my channel and you can see the comments are not being deleted because everybody has their opinion. And we respect people's opinion here.
Right.
We don't have to. Now, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, have you seen this video? Let me bring it up.
Okay. And just to point out, I don't delete comments or remove comments either, even if they're attacking me. The only time I will block someone if they made a verbal threat to harm my life or something, but I don't do that either. So
yeah, that's just wrong in every single way imaginable.
Right.
But I use logic.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see here.
Okay.
Whoop, wrong one. That's the one. Let me ask you this. This is Jedediah Brown on me. Let's bring it up.
They mad as hell today. Oh, wait, Conscious, stop lying. Stop fucking lying, okay? Stop lying. It's actually looking a lot sad. Now, you ain't even got enough viewers for me to really even be putting you on this platform. But stop lying. Ain't nobody popping up at your shit. Ain't nobody listening to you talking about you was the police and you working for the. Did you hear what I told you? I have a relationship with the DOJ. Stop lying. Now I do see the service. But you need to do like me. Put your teeth back in your mouth. Stop smoking them Newports and live in your purpose. Because if you quit, ain't nobody calling you back. Because we tired of that dumb shit. Get you some better content. And to them Muslims,
What does that mean? Who's a Muslim?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you did a live after this, and I came in and you can replay your comments on it. And I said specifically, not to take sides, but I know you don't lie about anything. I know you present facts. I still watch your lives. I still am subscribed to your channel and support your content. I know that for myself. I don't know what he was talking about. I don't know what he was referring to on what you lied on. I don't know. And you even emailed and communicated information to me. So I can't say I agree with him on you lying about something. I don't know what the context of that was.
Well,
but
he says I'm lying. I used to be a police officer, and I was, and I showed the proof. I brought up the proof, and I'll bring it up again.
Well, why would he say you're lying about that? I mean, if you got proof you're a police officer, you're a police officer. That's something that can be proven. So why would anyone want to lie about that?
This is what I don't know, and I don't understand it. And why are you telling? I'm a teeny tiny channel. Tiny. Why do you care about me? You've got all these people in here calling names, and they're not being banned because my mods know. I mean, he went after a woman, Wyoming gal, and said, "I've got you, bitch," because he can't figure out who I am. It doesn't matter. But here's my proof.
Exactly. Yeah.
There it is, right there for everybody to see. Law enforcement specialist, Lackland Air Force Base. So when you lie about me, I provide proof. My point in all of this is this what you want for your community? Is this?
No, of course not. No one should want that. I've been, outcasted as, because I don't live there. I'm not born and bred and hatched there. But at the end of the day, you'd be amazed at how many people are sending information to me to report on and speak about to bring awareness to this. And I don't have a reason to attack other YouTubers. If I give my commentary or I give my opinion to something, it's not to attack. And that just happened a couple days ago. And I still made it clear to that YouTuber in the comment section that I was not trying to be argumentative, but she asked about an opinion. And I said, if you're going to ask about opinions, you have to be opening to accepting them. Otherwise, what's the point in asking?
Yeah.
And I was candid in my observation. And this is somebody I've listened to over a series of time. So it wasn't after one video or two interactions. It was a series of videos and live streams that led me to that conclusion. So, like I said, it's not, if I want to sit here and be biased, I can't. Now, I don't like Super Stupid. I'm not here for her. I don't care for her. But when it comes to a site regarding YouTubers, I try to support everyone that reports on this, because what she has done has hurt so many people in your community, in Dalton and in Thornton, that have been crying out and reaching out for help. Yes. And the sideline stuff like that, I haven't even made that known about a comment or anything. I don't want to harp on it because I want people to focus on the election and getting her ass up out of there. I don't have to take Super Stupid side. I owe her nothing.
No, nobody does.
Yeah.
She lies.
Yep.
She has manipulated.
Yep.
Is this manipulated? Well, poor Trustee Gray. You gotta, I feel bad for her. She needs to just retire. Okay. If you can be swayed in that fashion in public, okay,
Right.
it's time. I have never said anything about you, Lady Luck. You've always been
Right.
very cordial in the chats, asking questions. And this is my point.
Mm-hmm.
And, people come on and call me stupid, call me
Mm-hmm.
toothless. Why?
Which is wrong. I mean, it's wrong. Like I said, I don't have to resort to that type of petty name calling on anyone's comment. If I'm leaving a comment, it's going to be thorough. If it sounds like it's, a bit off-putting, it's not to be. The way I speak verbally now is how I try to come across in my comments.
Yeah.
And you'll be amazed at how many names I've been called.
I know.
I'm being hammered here by, some comments in here talking about I take sides. Whose side is this?
I don't know.
Whose side, Shanna?
Oh,
Shanna said, whose side am I taking? Because I don't have to take super side. I will not take her side.
I missed the comment. I'm sorry. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I'm scrolling up. But I mean,
there it
it's
is.
like I'm not taking super side at all. I don't owe her that. She's deplorable.
Yeah. And on this channel, we have our own opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always love putting up everybody's comments because it makes it feel like a community, and people can be heard. And I'm sorry, I missed that comment. But everybody agrees that she has got to go. Let me ask you, does she have a chance in hell in Dalton?
I don't think so. And just based on the numbers from what came up with the recall, 59% voted to have her recalled. I mean, it's simple numbers, and I've said this in my video, simple math. All Jason House needs is 51% of the vote, to win. I mean, it comes down to that. He just needs to be in the lead and have the majority. But if 59% voted for a recall and you have those same voters turn out again, and even after between the recall and now, you've had more things go down to where more people are saying, listen, I can't in good faith conscience or anything else vote for this woman again. So you can imagine at least 60% of the voters there are going to vote for Jason House. So Cassandra, you have her supporters. I wouldn't vote for her, but she has her supporters. People that are going to vote for super stupid, they're going to vote for her.
Yeah.
It's nothing in control with that, but simple math has already proven that the majority had voted to have her recalled. And if those same come out again, those same numbers come out again, she's not going to win. Yeah, she's just not going to win. So
now, Lady Luck, could you comment to this person that's got the comment on the screen? A. Knowles. Do you see it?
You're so much better than people don't comment because they are not telling the full story. Well, here's the thing. I try to do my research and I try my best to gauge in what others think because I'm not there in the community. I try my best not to keep my mind closed. Like I said, if I have an opinion, we might not always agree, but I'm going to state it and be very candid about it.
Yes.
But there are a lot of YouTubers that channels I've hopped on the live streams just to have dialogue because that does help us ensure that, it's part of the research. It's part of gauging what other people think and being able to create conversation with it. Otherwise, we're just posting up information all day and that's it.
Yeah. I like to post up information with facts to back it up and with videos, right?
Right. And I mean, if people, I don't have A knows she is an LLC supporter, and I don't want to I don't want anyone to think that I'm better than others. There are a lot of great content out there from other people that, you know, report on this. You might have access to information and financials like you do. I will never be able to get access to. So that sharing of knowledge and being able to learn from others is what I try to keep an open mind on, especially when it's objective. When you just have evidence and facts, that's something I enjoy all day. I listen to Nate the Lawyer and Debt Free Dad quickly because they're attorneys. So
Right.
they can give insight from a legal stance as opposed to just someone giving more subjective opinionated views here. So I try to balance it out. But
Yes.
I will never want anyone to think that I'm better than anyone else. This is why I even today I saw you were live. I came on and I was listening.
Yeah.
You know, asking questions and giving my point. I mean, and they're going to be some that just not going to like me and agree with it. And it's okay.
And that's what
But-
adults do. We speak to each other in a tone that we don't have to scream. We don't have to name call. We don't have to be anything. Mr. LC, whatever.
And I love A Knowles. She's fantastic, great LLC supporter. I love the supporters, the people that support the Lady Luck Club. Try to maintain some level of integrity because that's what I feel they deserve.
Right.
But I can honestly, candidly say I don't like Super Stupid. I have no respect for her. I don't see how anybody can kind of humanize her in any manner.
I can't stand her.
Yeah. You can't either. Like, that's what I'm saying. You don't like her, I don't like her, but yet I'm taking a side and I still try to present facts and evidence to support why I don't like her. But, you're not being accused. It's like at some point we have more commonality and common ground than we all realize. It's all about finding that common ground too. So
we all have a common ground and we present things differently. But if you don't say vehemently that Tiffany Henyard has stolen all the money, she has a horrible wig, she has terrible makeup, she's evil, and all this other stuff, you're a Tiffany supporter, and I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Me either.
Now,
I don't either.
And
I don't either.
This is where the attacks come from. I mean, Jed has doxed Choose Compassion. Okay. He has doxed Burgundy Blue Commentary. Okay. Their names, everything. Is that right?
No, I wouldn't take time out my day to do that. Who you are, I think that there's a level of privacy if you choose. Like, I've shown my face in my videos. I don't, I've even did a couple of videos with my kids, but I'm not going to sit here and just put somebody else's information out there. If it's not public information, I don't dig too deep into another YouTuber. As far as I'm concerned, you're no threat to me. So I don't have a reason to do that at all. And I don't need to tell you I doxed you if I feel that you might be a threat. I'm not going to dox you for it. I'm going to take it to the appropriate authorities. So,
well, yeah. And, I haven't said anything about you.
Right.
People that say things about me, I prove it. Okay.
Right.
This is what I do. And yet somehow all this mess for what? Okay. And it's wrong. It is wrong. This cyberbullying going on as we speak, not from me, not from my commenters. It does not come from here. So why are you taking a teeny tiny little channel and saying vile, horrible things in comments, emailing me with a lot of bullshittery, I call it? Why does that have to happen? Because I won't say Tiffany has stolen all the money. I want to know why elected officials have not spoken about all the bonds they take out every year, and why won't they tell the residents that they owe Chicago millions of dollars? Did that come out in the Lori Lightfoot report, and why not?
They owe Chicago. I think I've heard that before. That they
sure do.
taken. Yeah, I think I've heard that before. Reported that they owe Chicago money. It may have come from you. I think it might have been you that said it. So
What?
that wouldn't be difficult to prove. Yeah, it wouldn't be difficult to prove because you can get financial statements and disclosures to see that, which is public information.
Well, yeah, I've shown proof. I've shown video, and I've shown black and white. All of the bonds. They take out 3 bonds. They take out Homewood disposal bond. There's a 209 series bonds, and they owe the shitty City of Chicago from 2017. City of Chicago sued Dalton because they owed millions of dollars in water. So they had to settle with Chicago, and they are still paying that today. But they take out all these bonds, millions of dollars every year in bonds, plus interest.
Right.
They take to operate the village, and how they pay it back is when the taxpayers pay their property taxes. That's how they pay the bonds back.
Right.
So my question is, how are you going to dig yourself out of that? You've been doing it for over a decade, and people don't want to.
I've been asking the same thing when it came to asking about Jason Howe's platform. I've been asking about what is his policy to help bring in revenue, to generate small businesses, to get businesses booming. I emailed him. I know you say, hey, I'll send you his information. I actually emailed him, and I have not received a response. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna post that up because I emailed Jason House asking him, and I sent him a sample of a financial model and what that looks like because I work in finance. I'm a senior financial analyst. So I sent a sample of a financial model and said, do you have something like this that you can show to kind of put out there to kind of show people what your plans are to help increase revenue and flowing and profits to flow into Dalton again? Because otherwise, how do you plan on getting out of this deficit? Right. I went on his website, nothing there. I'm going to post that damn email up and the sample financial model that I sent him. I have been asking this because at the end of the day, if the town doesn't have enough money to operate and they're already in a deficit, then I mean, the last thing people should be worried about is some sort of structure of a government there because it won't exist if they don't have a way to increase funding. So I have been asking this for months in my videos, and I've gotten a few comments about it, but because I'm genuinely interested in knowing what his plans are, because it's to me in my mind is a given he's going to win. So if he's going to win, so let the people know what you're going to do financially to help bring small business owners. How are you going to increase access to healthcare? How are you going to get businesses back open and running again and get money back into the city? I sent him the email on that. The day you sent me his information, I sent him the email, and I'm going to post that up today with a sample financial model, dear God. And it was just like, if you just use that model and put some numbers in it that could be realistic and attainable, you would have some sort of financial platform to present to your constituents to show them, here's how we plan on increasing revenue, decreasing expenses and expenditures, how we can bring back businesses, how we can get this community back flourishing again, because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. The reason why some of your neighbors there in Dalton and Thornton reached out to YouTubers like Hannibal, O'Shea Do Jackson, Pink Book Lessons, myself, people who are willing to talk about it is because they want the help, and they're tired of their tax dollars going down the drain. So if we don't tackle that issue, then it doesn't matter who's in that executive position, the finances is still going to be a problem.
Well, let me ask you, They have been in debt for over a decade. Did you know that?
I think you showed some information on that.
How are they going to fix it?
I don't
They
know.
have been in debt for over a decade. They cannot get out of debt. And A. Knowles, okay, I made an entire video about Jed, and I was attempting to make people believe they came to my house. You didn't catch what I was saying in the video. I said it was two big guys. I'm surrounded by woods and water. Now, the video I made about Jed wasn't about Jed. It was called PsyOps.
Okay.
Okay. So, and this is what it is. You try to teach people what to look for, and they take it the wrong way. And you want to attach my hip to burgundy blue commentary. Yes, people came to my house. Two guys. And I took a double barrel out there.
Did you call the police?
I don't need to. Where I live.
Jesus Christ, why are they doing that?
Where I live, you don't have to call the police until it's done. Oh, you want me to play the video? You see, then you can see my house.
No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Because that to me is, you don't have to play the video, because at some point, if
I did play it, I did play a video of the trail. Did you catch that, A. Knowles? I don't. What do you want from me, A. Knowles? I'm not quite sure what you want from me. Do you want to come up and talk?
I would rather not you show the video. I just, like I said, I think you should be able to live it in your home at peace, and it'll be too easy for someone to pinpoint. More people know where you are, and I would not want that. I wouldn't want that, because I wouldn't want anybody to come up. I have kids, so I definitely would not want that, to happen to me. So no, you don't have to play it. And it's honestly, the focus is not on, something like that. It shouldn't be anyway.
Right.
It shouldn't be. No one should be showing up your house no more than anyone should be showing up at Valerie Stubbs' house. I mean,
right.
I don't agree with Super Stupid doing. She show up trying to shovel somebody's snow and ice, and they didn't request it. And she's been caught, on camera showing up at Valerie Stubbs' home. It's like, why are you here on my private property? I don't agree with anyone doing that. It's just not necessary.
I never said it was Jed that sent people, ever. Not
No,
once.
it don't matter who it was. They shouldn't be coming to your house.
I have showed what Jed has done and said and lied about me and doxing Burgundy Blue, Wyoming gal, tried to choose compassion, doxed on air. Is that okay?
No, I'm not gonna. It's not necessary. There's no reason to do that. If people have a difference of opinion with me and they want to have an intellectual conversation about it, just like when you told me to come up on your live, I did. I don't have anything to hide. I have my statement is what I stand by. I ask questions, and even down to something simple about a light. I'm like, well, here's the problem. Here's the solution to the problem about the lights. Somebody go by there, record themselves switching on and off the lights to see what the switch controls. Because I didn't notice the lights went out. I didn't know. I have about 4 videos of that brawl, and not one time did I notice anything about a light flicking.
Yeah, and that's what I want to point out to people. I've given my background. I've been called a liar for it. Why? And this is what I don't understand. A. Knowles, you attempted to make people believe that. His video was a response to your many about him. No, you can't make all those videos, then he can't respond. Of course he can respond. Did he respond to my mother? Did you see the video my mother made? And you know why I don't show? Do you know why I don't show my face? Because I was in a Cuban camp. Horrible things happened there. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at that.
We did YouTubers don't show their face. Pink Book, I don't think I've ever seen Pink Book Lessons. And she has over 300,000 supporters. I don't think I've ever seen her face one time. You don't have to do that.
This channel has never been about making money. Ever. I got $279 last month. It's not about that. It's about giving the residents the truth. It's about giving the residents, no matter which way it goes, by showing those warrant lists. And now nobody comes at me and says, oh my gosh, you're right. Look at all the money she spent on food. I have showed time and time again how many staff lunches there were and how much it cost. Surf and turf? Really? Are you kidding me? But everybody avoids. Why can't you say, well, that's true, you did show that? Why does this have to be conscious Jed thing? I don't care about him. He does his thing, I do mine. I show things. If you lie about me, I will show you lying. It's a simple fact of life.
Right.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, no, that's it's not, and I just, oh man, that's why when you did your live, I came on, I was like, not to take sides, but I feel like if the common enemy is super stupid and her goons, they're watching our videos as well. And I'll pull it like this. They want strife to grow on the other side. If sometimes the infighting can cause everyone to lose focus of what should be the goal here, is getting people out to vote.
What is the goal, Lady Luck?
It's getting people out to vote and getting people out to register to vote, and having them to understand the power of being knowledgeable of who you're voting for, challenging them, asking questions, asking to see policies, platforms. I just said in a video I did yesterday, I actually think that Nate Fields is going to be some really good competition against Napoleon Harris, because I don't see Napoleon Harris really out with the people or doing interviews or, speaking on his platform. I mean, as far as what his goals or ideas are for Thornton Township, I don't see them. Just like with Jason House, I went on his website. I don't see a plan on how he plans on doing anything to help financially get Dalton out of this foxpox, this rut and this deficit they're in. Because the reality is, you guys are so much in a deficit, it could get to a breaking point. And if you want the community to stay together and still grow and flourish, you got to get some revenue going. And I sent you the email I sent him. I forwarded to you. And I forwarded the sample model as well, because I haven't received any response from him. And I emailed him on that. And it's not to attack him. I think he's still going to win. That's what I mean by people having to stay focused on the goal. You can still support who you want to support and challenge them, do a healthy challenge and ask them questions and say, listen, we want a town hall meeting. We want to know exactly what you're trying to do. And how are you going to help us financially as a village here to get out of this? What are your goals? Are you going to partner up with companies to try to get some sponsors, some grants or something? How is this going to go? Those are legitimate questions people should be asking their candidates before they give them a vote.
But why aren't they? And when I bring it up, I'm Tiffany has, as Vivian Allen stated, flipped me. Why did you say that? Because I have the video and I showed that in part of that Jed video. It was a PSYOPs video. Vivian Allen said that Tiffany Henyard flipped me. Why?
Flip you. Wait, what do you mean?
Flip me. Like I'm supporting her.
What?
Yeah. I've shown the video.
Yeah, no.
So this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't get. You know, if you show anything about any elected official except Tiffany Henyard, you are a goon, you are a supporter, you are a threat, and that's not the way it goes. It's just not. I don't understand it. I don't understand the concept of not having intelligent dialogue like we are right now.
Right. And that's what I strive to have. And to, wait a minute, to Blue, I know you're about to leave, but we are going to be speaking on, Dick Christian and I are both in Georgia. We are going to be speaking on the mayor in South Fulton, but it doesn't stop me from speaking on Super Stupid either. I can do both because corruption is corruption, just like Conscious is saying.
Yeah.
I don't understand the notion that you can't speak on something if you don't live there. When there are people who are reaching out for me to speak on it, to bring awareness to it and help other YouTubers do the same thing. So we can do both. And I was literally on Dear Christian's live stream yesterday, and he and I, along with Hannibal, are going to try to come together to talk about what's going on in South Fulton because it does affect me. So yes, I will be, but I'm still going to talk about Super Stupid too. Have a good day.
And that's I don't know what Burgundy Blue said, so I missed it. The chat's going so fast. How the hell can you keep up with the chat?
Okay, it got highlighted. It's like certain ones are being highlighted on my device.
Sorry. I'm just clicking. I'm asking about the other communities that are getting robbed. Okay.
That's millions of communities.
Yeah.
Cover
not
them.
My community.
There's millions of communities get robbed. Cover them.
Not mine. We got woods and water here. They wouldn't last. You know what? If Tiffany was mayor here, she would last. I don't think I'd give her 5 minutes. I truly don't. There would be gnashing of teeth. I'll put it like that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
In the woods. Okay. Because we have bear, we have moose, we have every kind of wildlife you can imagine here. Okay. It's very rural. And we don't put up with bullshittery. So this is what I'm not understanding. The attacks.
I'm being asked about. Okay, hold on. Because I mean, if you all in the chat section want to talk about this and address it, I can. Okay. I was trying to keep it graceful and not do that to stir up anything sideline, but we can. I was asked about commenting on Burgundy Blue's channel. I did.
Okay.
And it was comments left because she's like, I really want to know you guys' opinion. So I gave mine.
Okay.
We might not agree on it, Burgundy, but it wasn't to be argumentative or mean or anything. I feel the way you come off, you do support Super Stupid. But if you're going to vote for it, you're going to do that. I'm not here to persuade you from not voting. I'm trying to get your perspective on why you seem as if you're always defending her a lot, oftentimes. I don't understand the neutrality stance when it's a lot of whataboutisms, and it just doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. So, yeah, I did. And it's not to create any strife, but I mean, she wants to speak about it. We can. Well, it is what it is. She can leave comments on my channel. I don't sit here and say someone can't have a difference of opinion on my channel. People do all the time.
Why do people think that Burgundy Blue and Berg? I put the link in for the chat in there if you want to come up. Why do people think that Berg is supportive of Tiffany Henyard?
Well, I think that personally, I can speak for me because, like I stated to her, there's, every time something happens and when it comes down to super stupid and these tough issues that need to be addressed here, it seems like there's some sort of diversion, deflection on what about this over here? Just like she said about, I hope you're talking about, what about the mayor in Atlanta, in South Fulton?
Mm.
We're going to cover him. But what about him? I mean, cover him, report on him. It should not be always an effort to try to deflect from the conversation at hand when it comes to her. Her giving out food boxes is not some grandiose idea. She's not the only mayor or supervisor to do that. And she's certainly not the only one in Dalton and Thornton to do it. And why it should be more than a food box for someone to say, I'm going to vote for her.
Well, Frank Zuccarelli did that for ages.
Right. And that happens in every community.
And his name was on the boxes.
And I don't agree with that. I don't think that anyone should be using tax dollars to print money out on print material that indicates or even resembles them using it as a part of a campaign effort.
Mm-hmm. But Frank did it.
Yeah, and it's wrong. And I made that clear. It's not right no matter who does it. But my issue to that too, it was wrong when he did it, but he's deceased. And he's not the supervisor. She is. What's wrong with saying she's wrong for doing it as well? It's wrong either way. But if she's wrong for doing it.
Why didn't they have a fit when Frank was in office?
I have no idea. I just started reporting on Super Stupid last year and a half. Well, I don't know much about Frank Zuccarelli. I really don't. But I don't know. It was wrong when he did it.
Well, yeah, and this is the adult conversation we're having.
Right, exactly.
Berg, where'd you go? Berg was here. Come back, Berg.
She said, I'm here.
I know. Where'd she go? There she is. Is that you, Berg? So let's get this out in the air, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I am not against Jedediah Brown. I am against what he has done towards doxing women, putting their names out there for everybody to see, for everybody to harass. He has done that. I have proven that. Otherwise, I don't care what the man does. That's his business. That's what he does. Okay? But don't come to my
and he shouldn't do that.
Yeah, don't come. Why do I have two Bergs? Let me see. Remove that Berg and get the other Berg. But you see, you don't get the whole story, right?
Right. So, and I didn't even, let me be honest.
Yeah.
What good is it going to do to bring up a deceased man and how much he spent when these issues could have been addressed by the people in the community when he was doing it? The only difference between then and now is that Super Stupid has a lot of blame she needs to take accountability for with her being exposed as widely known as she is. She doesn't know how to stay off live streams. She doesn't know how to stay out of videos. So she added to her becoming more of a global phenomenon. And there goes all the things good and bad that she's done. It goes with the territory when you're kind of exposing yourself out there. You open yourself up out there. You're constantly on social media. You're constantly out here doing all this stuff. Don't get upset when people start to kind of look into what you're doing that you might not like or might not be favorable. And then it goes viral. I mean, she was already putting herself out there. So us bringing light to the things she's doing wrong that is leading up to recalls and FBI investigations and her being held and charged with direct criminal contempt of court and all of the other ruckus she's keeping up, along with the lies she tells, the back and forth nonsense, and then the inability to produce financial documents and disclosures, not willing to cooperate with the state comptroller's audit, not willing to
wait, the elected officials aren't providing them either.
That's right.
Are they?
Well, can they get it? It's the question.
They have the warrant list. They have financial reports.
No.
I've shown
I'm
them.
talking about invoices from these places where these purchases are being made.
Well, let me ask you, because this is what happens in my village.
Mhm.
Upon entry of the meeting, there is the agenda, the warrant lists, any ordinance that shall be discussed or passed is in a packet. You pick it up when you enter the room and you go in and you have everything. Why is that not done?
Okay, you're asking me because I
Yeah.
can tell you how I know the process should work. If you go out and let's say you want to make a purchase, you create what's called a purchase order.
Right.
And if you want to, let's say you decide you want to order something from Amazon, that purchase order is generated in accounting and with finance, and then the order is placed. Even if it's on behalf of the village of Dalton, that's still a point of contact.
Mhm.
And what happens is once the order is placed, then they send over, the vendor sends over an itemized invoice. And
Yeah.
it shows the purchase order number, the items, the price, the unit or quantities, a total, and it gets processed and paid out. The
And
problem is, where is the Amazon itemized invoice or the Wayfair itemized invoice if the trustees don't have access to those systems? Or let's say it was ordered under someone's private account. How are the trustees going to access that information?
well,
Can I jump in when y'all finish with
yeah,
the
please go
finances?
ahead, Berg.
I only came here for a minute. Hey, how you doing, Lady Luck?
Hi, Burgundy. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, Conscious, how you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, so I just wanted to jump in on the part where everyone, and shout out to the chat. Hey, y'all. So getting down to you did leave several comments on my page saying I was a Tiffany supporter, and that how could I support her after what happened with Cara, and throwing Alexis Wilson name into the whole thing. And I just didn't understand that, because it wasn't a dialogue. It wasn't an intelligent conversation. You were accusing me, and it was a little, I mean, you could really go to the chat if you want to, Conscious, and just see what was going on over there. So I'm glad to hear you verbally now, so that I could probably see, because sometimes when you type stuff, it doesn't come across correctly. So maybe
Right.
I could get a different feel. But yeah, you steady calling me a Tiffany supporter. And what I'm doing is showing both sides. I cannot look at one end and not look at the other end. Clerk Key was on a bank account for 4 years. 4 years. So even when Jason wasn't on the bank account, she still was. So it's a lot of things I'm asking. Show us the real receipts. And I'm asking Tiffany that too. What she gave yesterday, in my opinion, wasn't receipt enough. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't a receipt. I want to see the finances, prove she's not stealing, the same way I want the trustees to not give us just a general report and say, oh, well, we don't know what's going on. Yes, you can. You can find out what's going down on Amazon. Yeah, when I drive by the shed over here, we can see that the ice skates are in there and the skates are in there. That's what I get from boots on the ground here. So just because I'm not jumping on a bandwagon, and you never hear me call Jason nobody names. I don't even call Jed names. Y'all never heard me call him a name after what happened with me. I don't do anything. But I do see both sides, and I'm like, why is one person cool today? They wasn't cool when they was with Tiffany, but now once you get on this other side, you cool. You know what I mean? And it's like, did anything change? Nothing. Nothing changed. Same criminal past, same whatever. So why is it wrong when Tiffany does something, but when the trustees do it just because they're the trustees, it's right? What happened to the finance committee? What happened to our chamber of commerce? Where's Tangenique? Like, it's a lot of things I got questions about. Why don't we have a fire chief? You know what I mean? Why don't we? Why we can't promote within? But we got 191 pages overnight out of nowhere. They were able to post it. But Tiffany's stopping them from posting anything on the website. I'm sorry. It's you have to look at all angles. So that doesn't make me a Tiffany supporter. I'm just saying, do I think she should have hired her boyfriend? No, absolutely not. And I've said that 1,000 times on my show, but I have to look at all angles.
Okay, you might, I don't want to interrupt you if I can respond.
Yeah, I muted.
Okay. So the first things first, like I said, there is just my perception, and based on the things that you say, when it comes to Tiffany Head, just like where you're saying, you know, where's the proof that she didn't do anything wrong? But there's proof that she did do things wrong. And sometimes not even admitting that much presents that one side. If it's hard to say she's doing something wrong, then are you trying to see that side where there's evidence that she is? Let's start with the Tiffany Cares Foundation. That foundation was a scam. And she knows that $10,000 went from Thornton Township over to this foundation.
It did.
And she could not explain how that money was spent. She lied in the video saying that she, created it in a series of videos that she created it. She was over Tiffany Cares, something she was doing, something she cited in a town hall meeting. But then when it came down to a court having to tell her to dismantle this scam, and then she goes on Roland Martin, all of a sudden, I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm just a face and name. When there's video evidence to show that she actually admitted to creating it herself. Why would anyone else want to create something called Tiffany Cares if she doesn't think she's so important or anything like that, but then say, well, they're using my name because it's going to garner attention? How does that make sense? No one knew who she was until 3 years ago, when this stuff started becoming more and more exposed. So that's one huge lie that I have never heard you just flat out say. There was no reason for her to lie about that. It was a dumb lie. And there's video evidence that shows both her lying about it, her saying 1 minute in one video, oh, it's mine and I created it. Another instance, oh, it's not mine, I have nothing to do with it, on national television. Then there's the issue about this, $561,000 check. And I think you and I I commented about it once before, and you asked about the back of the check. Well, here's the thing.
Reader?
I'm still here. I'm listening.
Yeah, Lady Luck.
And I did talk about that. I talked about the Tiffany hair while we're waiting on her to come back. I did talk about the Tiffany Cares.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like just a flat out like this is horrible. It always leads to something else. Well, what about this over here? What about this person over here? Or the trustees did this, or Frank Zuccarelli did that. It's never just, listen, what she did, she lied about it. $10,000 showed up from the township or into a Tiffany Cares Foundation. A court had to tell her to dismantle it. It should not have taken that, because it should not have been a scam to begin with. But let's call it what it is. It's a scam. There was no plans or intentions on her doing anything to what she professed that it was going to do, especially when she started with taking money from Thornton Township and giving a donation to this charity foundation. And where did that money go again? So the check thing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can I respond to that part?
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
I have spoken on the Tiffany Henry Cares Foundation, but I can understand you said you didn't hear me speak on that. So I like to be clear about that. What I do, and you're asking, why do I have to say something else? Tiffany's name was nowhere on the foundation. That's a fact. Okay. It was nowhere. The registered agent was Keith Freeman. Then all of a sudden he took his name off and put in someone else's name. I have said, where did the $10,000 go? Where did the money for the t-shirts go? Because she was selling t-shirts. Why are we driving the Thornton Township vans down there? I have said that already. But I also have said, okay, look at all the people, Carmen Carlisle, Stan Brown, two owners of a truck, the tow company here in Dalton. They all are registered agents and part of this foundation. And her name was nowhere on there. So I look at both sides. Now, is it wrong? Yeah. Where the money go? Do I think she should have stood up there and said, you know what? I'm going to give you guys the $10,000 back out of my salary. I've said that on my channel. But you're never going to get me not to hold other people accountable as well, because they've been in government even longer than Tiffany, and they've been going with the flow longer than Tiffany, and they have given no results longer than Tiffany. I've also seen Tiffany as a trustee carry her we're always doing the walk, the breast cancer walk, and raising money, just like we do the MS walk for Ed Steve, just like we do the what did we have, you guys? The poor young lady. I'm sorry, she has lupus. The PR lady, she has lupus. We did a walk for her. We did the breast cancer walk for about 7 years with Tiffany as a trustee. And now it's a problem when it was a mayor. They were raising money. Everyone had their own foundations. But I'm sorry, Lady Luck, I gotta call everybody out. Everybody.
No, and that's fine. But it's the thing is, you know that she said in a video that she created it. You know, there's a video footage to show that in a town meeting. She said, "I created this foundation. It was mine." Huh?
She was at the Thorton Township. She sat at the desk and she said, "I created this, and I'm going to make sure that you get something off your taxes if you have cancer." I saw all of that, and I covered that on my channel. But that you're
I'm sorry to go back and deny it.
I'm not denying it. Where do you get?
No, her to go back. I said for her to go back and deny that she didn't create it and she had nothing to do with it. That's called a lie.
It's wrong.
It's just a lie.
It's totally wrong.
Why lie about that is the question. It's a silly thing to lie about when you've been recorded on video saying you created this foundation. And listen, let's not pretend like criminals don't, try to cover some of their tracks, because we know criminals are stupid. But her putting Keith Freeman on it and putting everything in his name was strategic. That's not because she didn't create it. She just, if something happened and there was some ill intent behind it, she wanted to be able to just claim some sort of plausible deniability in that. If she created it, should have put a name on it. The other trustees being on that is irrelevant. That's no more than someone adding their name to a business deal as a contributor. Do you know what the owner of the company is going to do with the money that they're taking from the Thornton Township? No. What do they have to do? Even if they're on it, what do they have to do with her sending $10,000 from Thornton Township towards Tiffany Cares? And why can't she prove how she spent that money? Where are the receipts for what she did with the $10,000? That's the question. And if they don't know that she spent the money and they don't have receipts, they weren't with her when she spent it, how can they get the receipts themselves if she is the only one that knows how she spent the money? That's the same thing with the $561,000 check. Her name was on it. Why didn't she get Clerk Key's name on that check? That's the question that should be asked. Why didn't she get 2 signatures on it? It's required by municipal code.
Can I answer that as a person that used to work for the village?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get your check, that's fine. If she got $561, we should be able to see.
No, $561,000.
I'm sorry, $561,000. We should be able to see because the clerk is in charge of the bank account. She could see it now. The trustees have it. Lori Lightfoot has audited. That should have been the number one thing on the jumbotron. But what you did as a clerk, if you were assistant, if you were a secretary, you bring the checks to the mayor, get the signatures, then you bring it to the lawyer or the clerk and get the second signatures. They just don't sit around in a circle and sign the checks all together. So that's why I'm asking, well, hey, let's see the back of the check. If Tiffany stole $561,000, she should be in jail now. That's easy, clear for them to show us she took that money, clear and free. Honestly,
well, that's the thing. If she can't show how it was spent, the question isn't necessarily did she steal it. It's why didn't she get the second signature before it went to that vendor?
But
how do you think that the actual copy of the check got released? The trustees released it, but they're not going to release the back of it because the back should have been naturally blank. Why would she sign the back if she's signing it over to another payee?
Was that check cashed? Are you saying that check was cashed?
Yes, the check itself, there's a copy of the check.
Mm-hmm.
It would be even more disturbing if it wasn't cash or if there's no proof that it was cash, because then why even sign the check and print it out in the first place?
Okay.
But there's a copy of the check that you can look at. Mm-hmm. It's just the front though, and it only has one signature on it. It was reported in the news. So that is how we all found out about it. And the back of the check would be irrelevant if it's blank. She's not going to sign the back if she wrote it out to someone else, right?
It would sign it, right?
Right, exactly. So that's why you can't get the back of the check.
Wait a minute. So when you cash a check, or when you, I mean, probably you don't use checks nowadays, right? But when a business, like you said, you're into finance, when it
Mhm.
goes through your business bank account and it's deposited, so Burgundy wrote a check under Lady Luck LLC. Don't you see the endorsement, the front and the back of the check? You see that it's
You would.
endorsed, correct?
The question
So
is, where did it go to get endorsed?
it was
That's what she needs to say. That's what she needs to go to that vendor. Where did that person take that check to endorse it? What bank did it go to? They can't get the back of it if they don't know where it went. That's
okay.
my point.
So since the trustees now are on the bank statements now, can't they just show us where that $561,000 for that concrete company was withdrew? Can't they just show us that?
Well, that no, because the usually with these transactions between the banks, they can find out if it was cash in a bank, but what if it wasn't? What if it wasn't cash at a bank? What if it was not taken to a bank to be endorsed or deposited?
And I'm not
They-
trying to. Wouldn't it
they
just
take
come out of your Wouldn't it just come out of your statement? That negative, So
Yeah, it
I
will have
went.
a negative, but it may not. It may not have the full account information. That's for privacy measures, right? So if you're looking at your
No,
bank statement and you
no.
see debt transactions, you're looking at expenses. If you could get the copy of the check because you are the owner of the check, if they made a copy of it before they gave it to the guy, or if they were able to get a copy of it, um, however they
Okay.
got it.
All right. Can I ask a question about the check?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right. So if the vendor cashed the check, okay,
right.
it would have to go out of Dalton's bank account, wouldn't
Yes,
it?
that's what she's asking. Yeah. And I'm saying
So,
if you get a bank statement, you would not see all of that account information. You might not see what bank it went to be deposited. You'll just see it as a deduction.
yeah, but what I'm saying
It
is,
depends on what the information.
there's an ordinance where you have to have 2 signatures on a check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. So if the Village of Dalton's bank, whichever one it was, because they have like what, 22? I don't know.
Oh, good God.
So if the bank cashed it, are they not responsible because there's not 2 signatures?
Correct.
No, because the bank, let me tell you why. The banking regulations, they're a private organization. They don't keep up with what, a local municipality decide to do. Just like if it were me, let's say you're married and
Uh-huh.
you and your husband decide y'all gonna both sign this check on here, and you take it and you give that check to Best Buy to go buy something. Best Buy uses Bank of America. Well, Bank of America doesn't know that your check requires 2 signatures.
Mhm.
That would have to be something that they would have to be told, but they're gonna deposit it on behalf of Best Buy at Bank of America because they don't know that you and your husband's signatures need to be on it. So that bank has no culpability in that because they don't know that this
Yeah,
check
they do.
requires wherever it went to, whoever endorsed it, if it was a bank that endorsed it, they don't know that, hey, 2 signatures need to be on this.
Well,
If
wouldn't
it went
it
to,
be on the bank statement?
It would be
it may not.
when they log into the account, like a teller, when they go on there, it'll say 2 signatures required. Absolutely.
For their bank, for the bank that the Village of Dalton uses. But the bank that endorsed it might not be the same bank. If I log in my bank account,
Well, it would be on the bank statement for Dalton, 561,000, right?
it'll say 500. Yeah, it'll have a deduction, $561,000. It may have a transaction, authorization code, date and time, and the vendor maybe, like who it was written out to. If it didn't go to a bank, is my question here. If it didn't go to a bank, how do you know who endorsed it? And how would the trustees know where to go to get it? Because it may not show up on the transaction if it's not an actual bank, if it's not some company that endorses checks. It might not show up, it might show up as a code. For instance, I'm gonna give you an example. I ordered something from Walmart. Depending on where my item came from where it was delivered from, it may not say Walmart. it might have the address of the Walmart store, and that's happened to me. It may not say Walmart purchase so, but it won't have the bank that Walmart uses that endorsed. If it was a check, it won't have their bank name on that transaction on my account.
Okay,
It will have the vendor who you bought the item from.
So what other institution would cash a check that big?
I don't know. Maybe we should check with that check casher place. That's super stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe we should call that check casher place and see what the hell going on. Because I don't know. I mean, a bank would have held it for authorization. Now, it's a certain amount of money that a bank is going to put a check on hold, which is why I don't believe it went to a bank. That's kind of where I'm getting at here. I don't believe it went to a bank,
So
because the bank would have put that on hold.
Collected if it didn't go to, because even let's say it went to a check cashing place. Let's say the check cashing guy cashed a check, right?
Mm-hmm.
He still has to, when he takes the check, he still has to deposit the check to recoup the money. He just don't exchange the check paper for cash. That doesn't happen. He still has to deposit it in his account to get the money from the village account.
Right, and that would be a third party. That would be considered like a third party payout, right? That you go into a check casher place. Check casher place, the company, the let's say the owner has a bank account for his business, check casher place 221. Whatever the bank account is that he deposits checks to for his business, that's a third party, because the check casher place is the one that gave the person the payee the money up front, right? They took the check. They may have had, $561,000, a lot of damn money, but they took the money. They gave him the money, and then they took that check, deposited in their account to get the money from the village of Dalton.
Do you recall who the check was made out to?
It's something construction.
So who took the check in? Who took the check in?
It would have to be that person that she wrote the check to, because she can't deposit it. She can't cash it. It would have to be whomever she wrote the check to, which, question number one, is this a legitimate?
Oh, thank you. We lost it.
But it goes back to the originating bank anyway. That's where I'm losing this. I'm losing.
Okay, can I
There's Choose. There's Choose. Hey, Choose.
Can I shorten this up a second?
Please.
An awesome video on this. And I think we don't even, if we work together as not right there, instead of just, hearing what we hear and then hop on something, we could all be on the same page so much easier. I think that this check, again, Go Political did a whole breakdown. Conscious, I don't know if you want to do a Berg, but Go Political did a wonderful breakdown on this $561 check, so that when we start to talking about this check again, number one, people are just coming in, and that's I understand that people come in at different times, so some people have to catch up, and that's one of the things that I think is it causes a lot of confusion, because people are at different places in this. So we can spend a lot of time talking about the check, but we have a credible YouTuber that posted an entire breakdown on the check. So what if we go there, and that would give us all some insight, I think.
Okay, you want to do you want to play it? Because I think it's only so much information. You're not going to be able, just an outsider, be able to call a bank and get information unless you're on the account, because of privacy. So it's only so much they can report on it, and they can only report based on what they heard from what was discussed in town hall meeting about it. Well, because otherwise, unless they track down that vendor, I mean, how much more information could they provide that was not provided from that town hall meeting where they brought it?
The
Go
company's
political.
name was K5 Construction.
K5 Construction.
Yeah. And
So
go ahead.
I was going to ask, I know I've seen this video. Did they ever say what bank K5 Construction to put that check in?
He called the company. And
But did they say what bank deposited the check?
I'll send you the link to the video.
Okay.
Go political, is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
go political.
Go political.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
I'll email you the link, Lady Luck.
Actually, I'm just pulling it up now because I think that was the lingering question: is who cashed it? Like, what bank cashed this check? Because I asked the same question: what bank would cash a $561,000 check?
Well, let me
like that without it being put on hold.
Let's talk about the $50,000 rent on Christmas that Tiffany had on a warrant list that I discussed
from last year.
Yeah, $50,000 to rent a Christmas. Are you
Yeah,
out
that's
of your
wasteful.
mind?
That's wasteful.
Are you out of your mind?
But
It's ridiculous.
Once again, where did that money go to? And where are those invoices and purchase orders?
Well, I don't think the trustees approved that because that was
did. Of course they didn't.
You got the AP warrant list and you've got the electronic warrant list. So they're different. Right. Okay. Your Amazon stuff and all that is on the electronic warrant list. The rent Christmas for $50,000 was on the AP warrant list. So that had not been paid or done. And
there was no approval for it.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So how can they get invoices and receipts? Because that's what, you said, Burgundy, they have access to. So how can they get it if they don't know where the money went to? What all vendors were utilized for this event? Because they didn't even approve for her to spend the money.
Okay, so we could talk about the ice skating rink too, where a lot of the people that work for the village and work for the township, they all together brought construction. A lot of them got construction companies, including Chris Gonzalez and Krigley. A lot of things were intermingled back and forth. So I haven't seen the Christmas situation, but I can say this. If you look at the Village of Dalton website right now, currently, we got 191 pages of a board packet that the entire board gets every meeting. That includes the mayor and the trustees. They don't share it with the public. And then we don't get the minutes for the meeting, even when she says in the beginning, Clerk Key, I want to get approval for the minutes. I've asked repeatedly in a FOIA, I've said, hey, can you let me know the steps to get the board approval for the minutes? Now, you can't, I had a FOIA answered the other day. I went to the village hall. I said, who's officially the FOIA officer? Is the clerk still in charge of the FOIA? Is she still the keeper of records? Yes. I have the yes for that. I think it's a conflict of interest when we have the clerk who's the keeper of records, who we vote for independently. She doesn't have to be on the slate if she don't want to, but she chose to be on the slate. Clerk Key would get voted in by herself regardless, but she's independent and now she's against the mayor and she's with the trustees. But at the whole 4 years, she's had access to the bank accounts. They're in charge of putting things on the website. Do you think that they never had any access to any paperwork? They get the packet at the beginning of every meeting or 2 days before.
Yes, I do. And the problem is when you're doing a reconciliation or you're trying to validate these expenses, you do that with invoices and receipts. If I travel for my job and I go buy a plane ticket, they'll see if I have a credit card with the company, they'll see that charged there, but I have to have an invoice to validate that expense. That's what's missing here. Just like going back to the Christmas thing. This is why I'm asking. Where are those receipts and invoices for what she purchased for this event that was not approved by the board? Because we're with the trustees, like, they got to get those invoices. If she bought this stuff and they didn't even approve it, and it shows up here, it's going to show up as expenses. But why is she not presenting the invoices when she went and bought the stuff? Let's say she went to the store and bought a Christmas tree. Wouldn't she get a receipt? Where is that receipt at? It should be with that expense line item to reconcile it.
I don't think
So-
Tiffany does any. I think all the department heads do actually, conscious. But you know what? You know what? I
Mhm.
jumped on here to clear up the series of texts you left on my page. That's what I jumped on here for. So if you guys are going through the numbers, I just wanted to hear from you, regarding how you were going in about me about Alexis Wilson. I just wanted to hear from you.
Yes, and I can say that, like I said, it wasn't to be argumentative, but and this is my opinion and how I see this. It is a bit hypocritical to give a pass to, this woman for making comments and making the statement she made when Alexis Wilson was shot, supporting the police, and not rebuking her for that. Like that was not. Why would she just immediately jump to their defense and then not?
Who said who condoned
The mayor?
No, who condoned Tiffany's statement? Any one of us? Did we ever say she was right? I'm confused.
Well, I think it's bigger. If I can jump in, I think it's actually bigger than that, because it's not this part. I don't even think is about us being right. I do think, once again, yes, we have the information, and then some of us have the inside information. But the information pretty much is this. Uh that happened. She made a statement. Before she looked at the tape, she made an apology. Now, right or wrong, which she was wrong to blurt out something before she actually, saw what it was. What I found really, because
I'm
see,
sorry. Who made an apology?
The mayor.
Another video I got to look up. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
this is why I don't, like, for myself, before I go to anybody's YouTube channel, and other people know, my background, I'm not going to even say it here, but before I even look at the YouTube channels, I watch the board meetings. So that gives
Yeah,
me
we do.
a different perspective. And not only these board meetings, I know a lot of people don't want to know the history, but I always say, if you go to the doctor for an ailment, aren't they going to ask something about your medical history so they can treat you now? The history is very important to what's going on now. And I even cut that history in half when I'm talking to people, and I say, well, why do we always start from May of 2021? Why don't we just start at the beginning in January and go to May when she took office? Now, as far as Alexis Wilson, justice for Alexis Wilson, and we can say that we talk so much about what Tiffany said, and I hear no one talking about what people are doing about those officers. And here's what I know, that, and I'm sorry, Burgundy, if I'm calling you out on this, but I have not seen anyone stand with Cara Wilson going to Munster, going to where the police still are, one town over, where one of the other police officers are. All these people that, hey, sis, and you said that. None of these people are accompanying Cara to actually get justice for her daughter. And people like me, who lost two children, not to this type of violence or anything, but loss is loss. And people will use your child's name when it's convenient for them, especially in political realms. That's when they'll support you. But no one but Burgundy Blue that I know of. And I'm not talking about her family or anything. I'm talking about as far as everybody that has something to say on the inside, because anybody on the outside, it's just I don't like the group speak, but nobody talks about that. Nobody knows that Burgundy is the only one that is accompanying Cara to actually get justice for her daughter. And so I don't
She
know.
said that. I've heard her say that. If I may, right quick, the issue was the comment that Burgundy made about you guys are trying to dehumanize Tiffany. It's like, well, when you're,
People are.
but when you make comments like that, and
When
what
did I
apology
say
did
that?
she?
When did I say that? I said that.
You said, yeah, I'm gonna send you the video link. You said it. Everybody wants to sit here and attack her and hate on her, and y'all want to dehumanize her, but it's like she dehumanizes people, and even in the worst of situations, it's almost difficult to conceive that. How
But
could
why did
anyone
you?
humanize someone that says stuff like that? And then when the mother came to a town hall meeting to speak about it, she wouldn't even look at her.
But why
She
do
wouldn't
you?
even give eye contact. How can you humanize someone that
She's a
just so
human.
blatantly dismiss that?
She's a human. And I call Tiffany out when she's wrong. We're all humans. So I'm not, so that's it. She's a human. She's still a human being, whether we like her or not. But I don't understand where the attack came in and then we had to jump on the Alexis Wilson and Cara Wilson bandwagon when you're saying I'm supporting Tiffany. Cara would have nothing to do with me if I was standing by Tiffany's side. And that's what a lot of people on the outside need to know. Like, we're throwing people name and saying, well, you're supporting, like, are you on someone's side, Lady Luck?
I'm on the side of the people that want her voted out and for investigations to be done and for accountability to be had. Yes.
Okay.
If it means that if it comes off like I don't like her, I don't. I've said that. I have no respect for her. And the example of Alexis Wilson is one of the reasons why it's hard for me to humanize her. Because she dehumanized herself when she decided to say the foul thing she said and defended the police as opposed to just remaining neutral.
Okay.
I
And
said
I
that.
never
I
said,
wish you would
and I'm
remain
not
neutral.
neutral. And you keep on calling me neutral. I'm not neutral. Because I have to
Exactly.
live
So
and
that's why are you upset when you saying you're not neutral?
No, it was the way you went off on me in my comments telling me
I
to go
wasn't. It wasn't a
stand.
go off. I think like you said with writing, and I told you that. So I'm not trying to be argumentative. That wasn't the tone. That wasn't what I was trying to display. It's the same concern I have now. It's not even now. I'm not trying to be argumentative or anything like that. I'm just giving you my opinion and saying why I felt that it was. It seemed to be hypocritical to say that she dehumanized herself, and we should humanize her after she has done some deplorable things, said deplorable things to people, and it's like why should anyone humanize her? I don't think we all. If you want to, you can do that. Let me put it like that. If you guys want to humanize her, I'm not going to tell you not to. But my issue was here's an example where she was so deplorable and dehumanized herself, and yet somehow that gets brushed over and belittled. But yet you're supporting justice for Alexis Wilson. And my question was, what does justice look like to you? If you can't,
Do you want me to answer that?
yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so getting rid of Tiffany brings justice to Alexis?
Yes, because she won't revamp that Dalton Police Department. And that's one of the
Okay.
ways I see justice done. That the Dalton Police Department, all of them need to go. And clearly she's not going to get rid of them.
Okay. So you feel like everyone in the Dalton Police Department is bad, they all need to go?
I feel many of them need to just be revamped, especially the ones that were there at the shooting when Alexis Wilson was killed.
Okay. So now those officers are still working. So what do you think about that in neighboring towns?
So they shouldn't be. That's my whole point. And she's the mayor.
How is that Tiffany's fault that they're still working in neighboring towns?
Didn't she put police officers on leave? Wouldn't she be able to have the power to terminate them?
She terminated them, yeah, finally. But I don't agree with them being.
Right.
That's just like What I don't, it's steps that people take. For instance, this is apples and oranges, but that would be like when they put her boyfriend and Don't Pray For Me No More on administrative leave. They had to check, make sure everything was on the up and up, and then they finally came through and terminated them. I'm asking that someone that shot this young girl 2 times in the head, they work 2 exits away from Dalton. Is that okay? So when
No, it's
Tiffany's
not
gone,
okay.
they
They
still
shouldn't be
have
working.
jobs. So if you're telling me that I, like what you were putting in the comments, like I need to go to bed and I need to do this and I need to do that.
Well, that's what
Me,
you said. I just responded to you. You said, I'm going to
me
bed. I'm done
walking,
with this conversation.
me walking with Cara Wilson every step of the way is not me supporting Tiffany, because this is still my community. This is where I have to live, unfortunately. Because girl, let me tell you, I don't want to be here, but this is where I live. So I'm not anti the Clean House campaign. I'm not anti Tiffany Henyard. I think they all need to go, to be clear. But what right now, this is all we got. No one else is really running except for Miss Cassandra. This is all we got. So if we don't have one YouTube channel, at least one or 2, like Conscious bringing the receipts, Choose going over the board meetings, me saying, hey, here's another side. Just like y'all said, Tiffany was electioneering. Is it okay for Brittany Norwood to sit on a dais with a Clean House 2025 campaign shirt? That's still electioneering too. I have to point out other things so we see both sides. That's all I'm trying to do, Lady Luck. I'm not neutral. I'm fighting for my community as well. And I'm getting the bad end of the stick because I want to fight for what's here. I've been here 38 years, and people started this whole thing. Do you remember, Conscious? Do you remember? I never lived here, right? Then I never registered to vote, right? Do y'all remember that? I never voted in any election.
I have the video.
Okay. You see how I get attacked? So that's why I'm like, you're saying you're not argumentative, but don't I have the right to speak on my own community?
Well, can I say something?
You do. I didn't stop that. That's not what I'm sitting here listening to you. So I'm not saying you shouldn't. You asked me, why did I leave that comment? And I'm telling you why I did. I said, when you made the comment about her, why are people dehumanizing and hating on her? Well, she dehumanized herself. So for us to say, here's an example where she has been absolutely deplorable, you just asked, what does that have to do with her? But she has the power to hire and fire a police officer. So there's a lot she has to do with that. She could have terminated the officers that shot Alexis Wilson a while back. But to say that's just one example of why I'm not going to give her credit for having a conscience or a soul, because she has shown that she doesn't.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you. Oh, thank God.
Sorry, I'm just answering the question here, and that's my opinion on it. Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that I put up everybody's comments, and it doesn't matter what your opinion is. It's still respected here.
Yeah.
And that's what, unless you attack me or other commenters, people are not being deleted, because this is what this channel is. And we're having a discussion between 4 people up here. People are telling you, Lady Luck, not to engage. Why?
I don't see that. Where is that happening?
It happened a while back.
In the chat?
Yeah. Don't engage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I wanted to talk about it. I want to talk about it because, we all, like you said, we all have our opinions of it. And I made it clear in, the comments that I was not trying to be argumentative, and I'm still not. Maybe we just won't agree on that, Blue. We won't agree on that, but I'm not trying to be argumentative. My tone in the writing may not have come off the way it does now, but I hope you know that it wasn't to be argumentative, but that was my opinion on it. And that was one of the reasons why I said that it was disappointing to say something along the lines of her being humanized here. Is she still a walking, flesh-talking human being? Yes. We're not talking about the physiological human here. But when I say dehumanizing, I mean someone who lacks a conscience or a soul here, and not feeling any guilt about the things that she says and does, that to me makes her dehumanized. She does this to herself. And when it's pointed out, it's not hating. This is what she said. No one forced her to say what she said, taking sides with the police. No one forced her to look down when Carl Wilson was speaking to her at the town hall meeting, passionately pouring her heart out, about her losing her daughter. And then Tiffany sitting there with her head down, not even interested or even trying to get eye contact here. No one forced her to behave that way. But it's hard to say that someone who acts that way should be humanized as if she has some sort of conscience about this, because she doesn't care. She could have fired those cops. She has the power and the authority to do that. She could have terminated them, but she chose not to do it. That's the problem that I have with her somehow being humanized. Why didn't you at least do that much, or at least just remain neutral?
Perez was actually promoted, wasn't he?
Yes, that's the problem. You promoted someone that murdered this child. Why did she not terminate him? Why did she not invite an external investigation from the Department of Justice? Why did she just jump to this narrative that I support the police? She could have at least watched the body camera footage and said, I'm going to reserve, my thoughts about the police officers until an investigation has been concluded. That's how you show some leadership in this. And that's how you show some neutrality in that. Don't just sit and take sides of your police officers when body camera footage, you're looking at it, she's following orders and she still loses her life. And yet the cop that shot her gets promoted when Tiffany had the authority to terminate her.
Okay, so is anybody on this panel in disagreement with that statement that Tiffany made?
No, and I've said it thousands of times. That's not why I'm up here. I'm up here because I understand we have a difference of opinion, Lady Luck. I said that's fine. I think that's fine. I don't know if anybody on this panel have heard me say everybody's welcome. I don't engage in attacks. So I was responding to the messages you left me, several yesterday, like calling me condescending, telling me that I hooked up with Tiffany in an empty parking lot, allegedly. Stuff like that.
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
No. I didn't say any of that. I never say you were condescending. I just said that I'm disappointed because, to hear you say, oh, well, y'all need to stop hating her and dehumanize her. This has nothing to do with hate. It's called accountability. And that's my stance on that. That's the point that I'm taking. I don't love or hate her either way, but I do want her to be held accountable. And she is the mayor. She does have a responsibility that she bears, and she can't be removed from that accountability simply because what does she have to do with it? No, she wasn't out there when the police shot Alexis Wilson,
but Lady Love,
but she had the power to terminate the cop.
Did you call me horrible and soulless yesterday in the chat?
I did. I said that. And it wasn't to be mean. I apologize if it came off mean, but I said it just seemed it wasn't to be mean, but I apologize if it came off that way. It was not to be argumentative of me, but that was my opinion on it.
Wait a minute, you called her soulless?
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah, I said it because it's horrible and soulless to say that she should be humanized after the deplorable things that she said and done. It does sound as if there was a bias.
Are those comments still up? Because I can't find them. Did you delete them?
I admitted to saying that I called you soulless and horrible. I did. I also said I'm disappointed.
But
I'm not saying, I'm not lying or saying that I said those things. And the things I did say, I didn't say it.
I just want people to know I value your opinion. I just want my opinion to be valued as well. When you can, you don't have to agree with me. You don't.
No,
I'm
that's
just saying
fine.
I don't call other people names. I never get on my channel and call other people names or judge them or nothing like that. I think Tiffany needs to go. I think I wish we had a new slate. I was really rooting for Trina. I was hoping that she was going to be a write-in. Then I was rooting for Miss, what's her name? Cassandra. But then she kind of disappointed me. I feel like we need a whole new team because I believe all of them know what each other was doing. That's why we as the people can't get an answer. That's my bottom line. So I'm just trying to tell y'all everything I see. That's it. I don't mean to, do anything to be, So I know when you text stuff, it don't come out the right way. That's why I wanted to get on here and just see where you stood.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not, I value your opinion, which is why I'm here and speaking with you and trying to gauge the conversation. That's I know. Yeah.
Okay, so I got to the conversation.
Trina.
Late, but I just really want to.
Mm-hmm. Can't
What?
hear you.
We can't hear
Trina?
you.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can.
Now you can. Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, and so I really want to. It's
Are you
Trina,
driving?
you're going in
okay.
and
Can
out.
I please speak, you guys? Just one moment.
Okay.
Can I can I speak, please?
You're going in and out. I can't. Your reception's going in and out.
My reception is whose Oh my God, this is out of control. Hold on.
Kevin, do you know why she had the golf club?
It
Because
was
of
a
the
pit bull yesterday. I saw one. I
Be-
wanted to put my camera out.
because of the pit bulls that are running loose, that are vicious. Kevin, come on.
Who had a golf club? What?
Trina had a golf club.
Hold on. Who talking when I'm talking though?
We can't hear you, Trina.
Trina, you're going in and out.
How come I can't be? Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
Yeah, stay still. Don't move. I'll go on mute.
I don't know where the delay is coming from.
Well, we can't hear you.
Are you talking?
No, she's not talking. I don't know what she's
Maybe
doing.
it's her
Okay.
Bluetooth.
Oh, there
You
she
know
is.
what? I think I had that because I had that other window open on
Okay.
YouTube. I'm like hearing myself. You know what I'm saying? I had you guys open on live in another window. So that was the issue, basically. I am so sorry for that. So I'm listening to the conversation and I kept hearing humanize, humanize, humanize. Why is it that anyone feels that they have the right to judge on whether it is absolutely no doubt that Tiffany Henyard is a human being. Let's just get that clear. Whether she's a likable human being, a corrupt human being is totally different. But she is, however, a human being. And so when you go so hard about Jason House and you don't know the history of Jason House, I highly suggest that you go on my Politrickins of Leadership page on YouTube and look at the history. Jason House is a closer. Jason House has the opportunity as sitting as the head of the finance committee for 8 years to turn around the finances of Dalton at any given time. Most recently, at these past board meetings with Jason as pro temp mayor, he initiated another towing company for the village of Dalton. And the basis he gave for that was that we currently have 2 towing companies and it's causing confusion because the 2 towing companies charge 2 separate fees, which is their legal right to do so as 2 separate entities. However, that was his reason for adding a third. ER Towing, one of the largest in the city of Chicago. And so he said that they were the only ones to reply to his RFP. And I find that very hard to believe unless it wasn't advertised properly. So that's one thing. Why would you add a third towing company? Because you said that 2 is too much confusion. Because the third towing company, they're going to also charge their own fees.
Right.
Okay. Nextly, Jason House gave a Class 8 and TIF to a Shell gas station at a most recent board meeting. And so since the structure is already there, why are they getting a property tax break? And why are we giving them a TIF when they're not going to give anyone in Dalton a job? And if they gave their full shifts to everyone in Dalton, that would only be 12 people. So why should we be without taxes From the property tax alone, that's approximately $20,000 to $40,000 annually from the gas station, and we're not even counting the revenue tax. Why should we give people with access to oil a class 8 and 10?
You said it's a gas station?
It's a Shell gas station.
Okay.
And so if you're following closely,
Mm-hmm.
you would know that Jason House, they just did that. The board just recently did this. Okay? And
I didn't know.
Okay, and so do you know that we have a cancer pumping waste dump in the village of Dalton that Jason House, Riley Rogers, Ed Steves, Valerie Stubbs, Napoleon Harris, Mr. Pearson, they were all at the ribbon cutting, and it's 84% higher rate than any other place it is for cancer, and it's called CIRCON. And so when you have a nurse sitting in a chat like Toy saying Clean House 2025, I can't imagine how many more cancer patients we're going to have, especially since Tiffany built the new ice rink and basketball park down the street from the cancer pumping place. This is a place that was once Water Integration by name and ran out of Gary, Indiana. Jason House has not held a job in over a decade. Jason
Pause. Stop.
What happened?
Kevin Smith, you've been liberal in your chat. You can have your own opinions. But when you attack another commenter, you can go and be banned from this channel. And that's exactly what I'm going to do to you right now. You are banned. We do not attack other commenters on this channel. We respect other people's opinions. We're having an adult conversation, whether you like it or not, Kevin Smith. Whether you like it or not, you don't attack other commenters or anybody on the panel. Period. This is a grown-up channel with grown-up ideas and values. We are having an adult discussion.
Absolutely.
Everybody has their right to their opinions. You don't attack other commenters, and you don't attack anybody on this panel. Period. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and so also we're talking about the state of Dalton. Dalton was broke in 2013. I have video evidence of that as well on my YouTube channel. It was a full press conference called, because you know if a municipality is broke, it's going to be a full press conference. So it's a full press conference, and no question that the information was pulled from Riley Rogers' YouTube page, of which he had only had 5 views when I pulled it, but now it's up to 400 views. But Dalton was broke in 2013. But what's very important is Dalton only owed the city of Chicago $800,000 in back water payments in 2013. Now they owe Chicago $12 million. That means all through Riley Rogers' reign, they didn't pay any of the money to the city of Chicago that we paid for our water bill. What they did, and you could go back and look at meetings, is put it in a general fund and issue it for payroll. So it's important that you know the history on people when everybody's promoting. It's easy to go with popular opinion, but Jason House is a closer. Make no
Do you mind if I say something?
Absolutely, please, because I've been talking for a while.
No, you're fine. So let me just be clear. I sent the email that I sent to Jason House. I forwarded over to Conscience, and I even sent a sample of a financial model. And I sent a full email asking him, what is his plans to help get Dalton out of this?
Right. So I heard you state that multiple times.
Yeah. And he has not responded to me. So.
what I would like to ask you with that, because I've been listening, I've been here since the live started. So I definitely
Okay.
heard that you gave him a financial model to follow and suggestions on what to do, and you asked him about the financial state of Dalton and what he's going to do. This is my question to you. If he's a capable person of being mayor, why would you have to do that? This
I agree.
that he
Shouldn't have to.
in the gate with as a mayoral candidate, and this isn't something he should be getting on a fly. You understand what I'm saying? This
I agree.
take 8 years to implement Dalton going in the right direction. Nextly, you stated, why didn't Tiffany Henyard fire the police officer involved? Well, the reason she didn't fire him is because when she got inaugurated and during their first board meetings, the first thing the trustees did was take away her ability to hire or fire. That came right behind and before her issue with Lavelle Redmond and their issue that they had with Dorothy Brown. So it was up to the board to fire the police officer. Why they didn't fire him immediately, I have no idea, seeing that their union really doesn't consist of much, and there's nothing to say that this officer cannot be fired. Come what may. This is an all-black town and this officer should have been fired under the prior administration, because Alexis Wilson was the 5th person he killed. He killed a man inside the hospital that he accused of drunk driving inside Advocate Hospital while handcuffed to the bed. He choked him out and killed him. Why in the fuck was he still working for us?
Right, and why did she give him a promotion if that's the case?
He should have not ever been, and everybody he killed was black. So why is it that our community is led blackety black by everybody black, but we're allowing a white murderer to run around with a badge and scared to fire him on the basis of what? A lawsuit? And why is it that the same state attorney is refusing to prosecute this fool? Why is the state attorney refusing to prosecute on the basis of homicide? Why did the state attorney refuse to prosecute on the 2 black men who were unalived in the Dalton police station?
Yep.
They can't make a case. They don't have a case. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is a black town run by black people where we have black young people dead and unalived under our jurisdiction, and we still have people sitting in leadership like they okay. Clean house, get all them roaches up out of there.
Yeah.
What have they done for Dalton? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But I want them to sit there and please rewind and please sit in office so the feds can lock your ass up because they know where you are. Make no mistake, they are all going to jail. If Tiffany was just the one that the feds had to come arrest, they would have came and got her little nappy head ass long time ago. This neck is real white. They came and grabbed the mayor of New York alone. They came and grabbed the other mayor in California alone. They would have been grabbed her. Who is she that they have not grabbed her yet? That's because the net has widened. The clerk has not had meeting minutes for 4 years. I FOIA'd that 4 damn years ago. We still don't have it. But yet they're approving them at every meeting. So where in the hell are the meeting minutes that are being approved? This has gone on so long that the state PAC attorneys, public access counselors that sue and take them to court for violating public information, she is in the Fed level. Because she knows damn well all meeting minutes are supposed to be approved and posted for the public within 10 days, really 5 days, if you have a person that maintains your website, which they do. That is the law. So I don't give a damn what people say out here in public opinion, clean house. It does not matter at the end of the day because the law has been broken by all of them and they will pay. No equivocation. Keith Freeman, Officer Lacey, they have already signed their way into federal agreements where
Yep.
they will be
They're tested.
participating as
Corporate.
witnesses. Tiffany still has that opportunity. I gave her the paperwork a month ago now.
Can I answer it?
Has that opportunity. Jason has that opportunity. They all have that opportunity. But keep sitting there like you innocent. Your ass is going with her. That's why they ain't came and got her yet. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have said in several videos that the AG, the DA, even the attorney that represented the village of Dalton should be not only investigated, they should be disbarred, because there are a lot of things that have happened where they have just clearly dropped the ball and they did not perform their duties. It's almost like dereliction. It's like they didn't do it. They should have already been removed.
Okay, and so number one, you have to have the proper paperwork. They don't just get to jump in, okay, even though there are clear violations of the law.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying they should be gone. They should be gone.
Constant contact, and I have paperwork. I have letters from the AG office. So when it's 3 people, me and 2 other people sending in formal written complaints about OMA and FOIA violations, that's an issue. You know why people don't want to send in FOIA violations? Because they don't want to get the clerk in trouble. Her ass already in the sling. You justify why we have a clerk, and the deputy clerk started at $30,000 to $35,000. Now her salary is $60,000. They bought her back with retro pay, but we don't have meeting minutes for 4 years. And these are meeting minutes that are being approved at every meeting.
So are you talking about the village of Dalton not having many meetings?
Exactly. The village of Dalton.
They don't.
Who's the FOIA director there?
Jason, just so we're clear, you do know that Jason House is running for mayor of the village of Dalton, and you're talking
Yes, I do know that. And here's why can I say this right quick?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Can I say this right quick? Okay, so Jason House winning the election is just simply going to be by default. I have sent email, I've challenged him in videos. I have said, if you guys do not ask questions, get him to sit down and ask him what he's going to do to talk about these issues with him, and don't challenge these candidates, you're going to end up with the same result. I have said that numerous of times, but him winning is just going to be by default because most of Dalton is going to vote for him, because they're not going to vote for Tiffany and get overwhelmingly. And if you're running, are you running?
So just to be clear, I am not running. Secondly, most of the village of Dalton does not vote, period, at all. So we're talking this past election where she made it for mayor, and the other 4 years when Raleigh Rogers was mayor, and the other 4 years when he was mayor again. More than 80% of the people do not vote, period, in Dalton. Because they are sick of the choices of shit and shit. I will be joining them.
So why take away the option to have another person? I mean, go ahead and run. Trina, run.
It is too late for me to run.
Can you be a write-in?
No. Write-in period is over with. Been over with.
Okay. Awkward silence.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I think it's very good that I did not embark on that opportunity. I'm watching the community and what's going on. I clearly saw a knife with that man. I clearly saw Jed grab that mic and go oops upside. Come on, hey, okay? This is what I call savage behavior, because biblically it states the violent will take by force. I don't like nobody forcing any damn thing. I don't like Tiffany's bullshit, don't like theirs. But the irony of it all is she brought them all with her. She
Yeah.
put Jason on the ballot with her. She put Kiana on the ballot with her. She put the clerk on the ballot with her, as well as Kevin Bowens. Kevin Bowens did not make it. Thank God. He was the most honest of them all. And I don't feel he should have been in the mix of any of this shit. Matter of fact, when they gave him a park elected position, he gave it back to their ass. Okay? So these are all the people that Tiffany picked.
So if you, right quick, can I ask a question?
Give you a history. Tiffany and Jason did not ever get along under Riley's administration. Jason knew that he would not win on Riley's ticket. He fucking knew that. He's seen the people say, fuck dude, he's cut off all of our water for no reason. He's a tyrant. He got this $4 million loan that we got to pay back as residents for 25 years, but none of us have digital water meters. Okay? So he knew, Jason knew that if he did not get on the Tiffany bandwagon, it was a wrap. And Tiffany knew that Jason wasn't shit, as she always stated, and he was going to turn around, and she should have known he was running back to his daddy, okay? But she wanted his proper light-skin etiquette on her ballot to push her through with people who felt she was too goddamn ghetto for the job.
All right, I have a question.
Can I have a question?
I got a question. Let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
So I forgot my question. Go ahead, Lady Luck.
I was going to ask. So here's the thing. Of all the voters, and I'm just being realistic here, of all the voters that do vote, if they overwhelmingly vote for Jason, it's clear that he's going to just win by default. My question is, why not just go and talk to him and hold him accountable? Why not just sit down and confront him with these issues?
For you to say that, are you talking to just me? Because Jason's been right in my living room at my dining room table talking to me.
So what is his plan on increasing revenue there and businesses?
He has no plan for that. If we were going to get that, we would have seen that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Jason is a closer. My nickname for Jason is Jason Bonds. I've always called him Jason Bonds. And when I see Jason, he will still walk up and give me a hug because he know damn well it's true. And I do too.
So here's the thing. Why not just go ahead and advocate for other people to run, hold Clerk Key responsible for the foyers and the minutes. Go to them about these things.
And so
tell them that.
Our choices right now on the ballot are our choices. If everybody wants to jump on Cassandra and Denasha's bandwagon, and we take a chance on Cassandra and Denasha, because we've already seen that Hilliard in office and Jason in office is a whole shit show. And so I do believe, now that I see Kiana's name roll across the chat, that as soon as Jason's elected, it's going to be the same thing. This is like a tradition. Okay, it's always trustees versus the mayor. That's the game plan. Doesn't change no matter who it is. It was Riley versus the trustees, both his terms. Now it's Tiffany versus the trustees. And when Jason, if he gets elected, it will be Jason versus the trustees. That is a traditional power struggle of the ignorant. At the end of the day, either you are on the Odelson Murphy plantation or you are on the Delgado plantation. Our money from our community goes out to these lawyers who dominate the suburban South communities full of Black leadership. And then they turn around and donate to their campaigns. They have these futile, frivolous lawsuits. Look at all the lawsuits that our board has against Tiffany Hilliard. None of it is helping the people. Whatever she spends is a board decision. If she spends anything without the board, the bitch going to jail. And it ain't going to take nothing but a motherfucking phone call. Rest assured, it ain't going to take all that.
There's a question in the chat. I wondered about.
Support. I don't know. Don't care. He don't vote here.
No,
So we're gonna move past.
I thought
That's what I mean. Honestly, I don't live there. I'm not grown there, born there, hatched there either. But when I say that Jay's House is going to win, it's simply because it's by default. By the ones that go out and vote, the ones that do, they're gonna just, the majority of them just gonna vote for him. But I have said many a times in my videos, you have to continue to hold these people accountable. It's not enough to just let them talk a good game to get them in, but then they don't do things consistently to stay there. I've said that so many times in my videos. It's just,
Do you think it's fair for you to give your opinion? You stated multiple times Tiffany Henyard is not a human who humanizes her. That's absolutely disgusting to say to me, but that's your opinion, right? But do you think it's okay for you to promote a man that you know nothing about?
I'm not promoting him. That's the problem. I'm not promoting him. I said he's just going to win by default because the majority of the people that are going to vote in Dalton are going to vote for him because they want Tiffany out. I'm not promoting. I never promoted him. I've been the one saying to continue to challenge him even after he gets in office. I sent the email because he needs to put something out there to show people what he's going to do when he gets in. And that if he doesn't do that, if he doesn't have a platform and policies that are viable, it's going to be the same thing. I've said that in numerous videos. And anyone can tell you that. And I've repeated that here. I'm not advocating. I'm just saying he's going to win by default. Because they don't want Tiffany and Cassandra. I don't even think she could clear 20% of the vote. This is just based on numbers and math. So he's going to win by default. But I've consistently said, if Dalton does not continue to challenge him and anyone else in these positions, you're going to be in the same rut. And then when it comes to the finance, probably even worse, if he doesn't have a way to help get you all out of this deficit. Which is why he needs to do something to say something about it.
The plan, we would have seen it initiated. He's been here 8 years as trustee and head of the finance committee for trustee for the 8 years he's been here. Outside of that, Tiffany Henyard's administrative reign started with a surplus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's heard of this surplus that suddenly went away. But nobody wants to recognize the fact that most of that surplus, if not all of that surplus, was depleted in the recall. How much do you guys think a recall costs? Well,
thousands. I know, thousands.
Yes, ma'am. Millions.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Go back and look at our regular attorney, just our regular schmegular attorney bills for the village of Dalton, and you will see that damn near runs $1 million on a warrant list. This shit is not cheap. You must think that our village attorney has a set price. No, ma'am.
Nope. I know they don't.
It's only so
I know they don't.
Municipal attorneys that it is. Why is it that they will rather pay people in court than tell us how much the recall cost? And I'm talking both sides. Why can't we get the bill that we have to pay back? Why aren't we privy to it? Fuck
you
that.
Should be. Yeah, tax dollars is public information. Whether they use a credit card, they're supposed to present them.
They have lawsuits in on Tiffany Henyard that go long past this election date. For what? For what? What was they did not have the recall procedure correct. The same attorneys that tried to remove Tiffany Henyard, Stanley Brown, and Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt name sounds familiar because you see him at Thorton Township as the CPA. But the same attorneys, Otis and Murphy, right, tried to remove those three as trustees, and they were not successful because Riley Rogers wanted them removed. And so the same technicality happens when Otis, Murphy, and they try to remove Tiffany as mayor. How are you failing on the same technicality twice? Get your shit together.
I've also said that in my video as well. The attorney dropped the ball on that.
But it's cost us in the millions. I told them where they went wrong. in the referendum question. You have not established first that you want a recall mechanism to remove the mayor of Dalton. But right up under that question, you're asking, do we want to remove Tiffany Henry as mayor? First, you have to establish the law that that's what we want, a recall mechanism for the mayor. We already had it for the trustees because of that farce-ass recall we had before. So if I'm a mom at home without a law degree, and I'm telling them before it even hit the ballot that this shit ain't gonna fly and the law ain't gonna let it, how did their lawyers not know? And then you hear Tammy say, oh, we had to take a chance. Bitch, you don't take a chance on millions of dollars. What the fuck is wrong with you? See, it's easy to take a chance on money that don't belong to your ass. But she wouldn't take a chance on $1,000 that belonged to her personal pocket. But why would you take a chance on millions? Because y'all looking for immediate removal and not the law. If they followed the law, 30 days after that vote, she would have been gone 3 years ago. But
hold on 1 second, Trina. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Someone said, I'm sorry. First of all, I don't know who said this comment about me saying super stupid. To be respectful of conscious platform.
No.
I am, and I know just like
there it is.
We're not going to agree about me not believing that Tiffany Henry are super stupid. If you want me to say that, I'm trying my best to be respectful on conscious platform, but on my own, I am going to call her super stupid because I have no respect for her. But I'm trying to be conscientious and respectful on someone else's platform by not saying that. But when I say I'm not humanizing her, I don't believe she has a conscience or anything. But
when you're saying that, and you're stating things that you feel that you think are facts, you sound super ignorant because you're not educated.
Well, I'm not saying the fact. That's how I feel about it.
Community.
That's my opinion of her.
That's fine, right?
Okay. I mean, it's not ignorant. It's my opinion of her.
You know how the president and we have, Congress and it's, and the different branches of government, the legislative, the judicial, the executive branch. That's the same thing with Tiffany and the board. She is not the totality of anything. Not in and not in Thornton Township either. So I think we have to be very educated into the facts of what has been going the hell on. Now,
Frida, I agree. I've said the facts and I've given 3 branches of government, but my opinion of her is what it is.
She got elected into office because what you have to understand is my personal relationship with Kiana Belcher, as well as Jason House, as well as Tiffany Henry. Personal. Okay?
I hear you.
And so, the rift started, they stated, with Dorothy Brown. Why was she here? I asked Tiffany, what the fuck are you doing? She's under federal investigation. You gonna bring her ass? What the hell is wrong with you? She said, well, Trina, do you know how to change administrations? No, I don't, but I can read about it. I can find out about it. She's like, well, how soon can you do it? Because we're in the process of changing administrations, as you know, right now. Okay? Elizabeth Scott, former chief of staff, former village administrator under Riley Rogers, offered her assistance to Dorothy Brown and kissed Dorothy Brown's ass all through the hiring and firing process in the change of administration, thinking she was going to stay. Why, I don't know, because her and Tiffany ain't never got along, ever. And I ain't going to say never, I'll say ever got along, because it ain't ever happened, okay? I got multiple messages from Elizabeth Scott popping shit about Tiffany, and hey, why would you think you're going to stay there?
Pause.
When she
Pause. Leave Dawn Vision alone. Everybody has their opinions. Please be respectful. Thank you. Continue on, ladies.
And so Elizabeth Scott gets fired. That's an appointed position. That's not an employed position. But the Board of Trustees asked on video, because they're on Zoom with their silly ass, can they give severance? What Crystal Bally said, I call him Crystal Bally, but his name is Mara Bally. You have control over the purse. And just
Get the twist the name up and I can't.
They gave Elizabeth Scott a $7,000
What happened?
severance pay. That
I
should
said she get the twist up a name and I can't.
have never been given.
Uh,
That's not a position that gets severance. You leave with the prior administration as you were appointed. So you don't give 7,000. And Kiana Belcher's excuse was, well, Tiffany shouldn't have lied. Bitch, we're not paying for her lies. We're not paying for her lies. Fuck that. She sure shouldn't have lied, motherfucker. So, but when do we start paying $7,000 on a lie that she told?
well, can I just say this right quick? My kids just got home from school and I have to tend to them. But let me say this. I when it comes down to Tiffany, because I'm still trying to be respectful of someone on this platform, when I report on her, I do report facts. My opinion of her is not going to change. Just like I'm not saying that anybody is disrespecting someone else calling them names.
Don't change it, keep it.
Yeah.
Your
Okay, well, I'll call him super stupid now. Conscious, you mom? You can, I'm going to say super stupid right now then. I just wanted to be respectful on her platform.
There you go.
Pause one moment. Do your research on all of them. Don't do your research on one. Do your
I agree. I call you Governor Pearhead.
Tell me why. Tell me why Jason House healthcare.
I call her Governor Pearhead.
So one moment. Why did Jason House? Why did his last job he worked? Why did they get busted by the feds? Why did they steal $500,000 from young Black nurses and spend it in their own personal pockets?
Send me information. I'll report it, Trina.
It's right on my YouTube page. Jason House for mayor. Hell no.
That's how many YouTube channels you got now? Because I need to know which one to go to.
YouTube channel, and it's now called Politrickins and Leadership.
And it's there.
Cynthia, will you put it in the chat, please?
Put it there, because I mean, like I said, I don't have any stake in the game when it comes to Jason. I get on him all the time about how he's gonna do things. So
I only drop the facts.
Yeah, send me the facts. I'll report on it.
See,
with a little zest.
You gotta know the history between Jason and Thornton Township. Healthcare Consortium, where Jason once was the CFO before they were shut down by the feds, gave Frank Zuccarelli a $500,000 grant. It's 190,000 people approximately in Thornton Township. Why did Frank Zuccarelli give Healthcare Consortium $130,000 back? Who the hell get money back from a grant?
Baby Dicks. Trina isn't even running. Okay, Trina is.
I'm not running either, and I like I said, when I get the information, and if Jason House, if I come up with a nickname for him, I'm gonna call him that too.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I know ain't nobody running around with the name of Baby Dick. Dick, right? You got a Baby Dicks. I bet you that's exactly what you got in your pants. So you need to sit your Roman.
Oh man! Come on, you just crushed this man. Come on now. No.
Hold on. I'm being gracious by calling you Romanesque. I ain't gonna even call you Baby Dicks. That's your name, but I'm gonna call you Garden Romanesque. Okay?
Well, I now know I have confirmation to keep saying stupid.
You, Baby Dicks, ass down.
I'm gonna keep saying
stupid. Worry about me. See, everybody worried about me. Don't worry about your damn self.
Hey, Baby Dicks, I'm sure you have a big kahuna.
Y'all talk shit about me having a golf club. Then here come this goddamn crazy llama grabbing mics and fucking people up. Okay? Look, he came and grabbed public property, our tax debt paying property, somebody ass, and he from Texas. You know,
Well, I really don't feel bad about saying super stupid. I don't feel bad about that shit at all.
Ain't no nigga go to Texas and do none of that shit he did.
I still love Jedediah, y'all. I still love him.
Your black ass go down there and call anybody in leadership a bitch.
Oh God.
Go to Texas and do that shit and find out if you can.
Oh Lord.
Do that shit right.
Well, I feel pretty safe conscious about calling, you know, since you're giving me permission to call her super stupid. I feel pretty good about that.
Well, that's the thing about.
I'm say super stupid all day.
That's the thing about
the circus. And so here's the thing. You saying she's super stupid. You think Chris Gonzalez ain't know that shit when he nominated her and the rest of the board unanimously voted for her? So you get them stupid motherfuckers out of there too.
Yeah, you know what I said? I told y'all to cuss his ass out when I did.
Who put her there need to be held accountable.
Trina, let me tell you this. I said in the video when I reacted to that caucus vote, I say y'all need to cuss out Chris Gonzalez for putting her. I reacted to that vote, that weird ass vote that happened where she got elected. I said cuss out Chris Gonzalez. Get on him about it. I said that in that video.
Hold on. Cuss out Vivian Allen for working on her campaign while she running her ass around here. Cuss out Sherry Britton.
I feel bad about she regrets that shit.
Cuss out Mary Yvonne for having her prominent person so prominent in Dalton. She told everybody to vote for.
I'll leave that part to you. I'll let you do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'll leave it to you, Trina. I'm not gonna do it.
People telling us who to vote for again. The same people who told us to vote for Tiffany is telling us to vote for Jason. And I say they need to shut the fuck up and mind their business. Because y'all told us to vote for the wrong bitch the last time. Now y'all telling us to vote for again this time. Bitch, mind your business and vote for who the fuck you gonna vote for.
You're not gonna vote. Why not, Trina? Why not?
What? Because
why
they
not voting?
Choice last time, so they need to shut the fuck up and mind their business.
Vote for who you want to vote for. Who you want to vote for?
I want to join the 83% that don't vote for shit.
Oh, y'all need to vote. It just vote. Put something on there.
Need to no. We don't need to vote for ain't no voting for no lesser two evils.
I know. I'm not saying that. I just said vote. I don't care who it is. Vote.
If I don't like the choices, my vote is I'm staying the fuck home. I ain't vote for Tiffany until she won a primary last time. And
is there no one you would vote for?
Go out.
Is there no one you would vote for in this election? No one.
For Cassandra, I might.
Well, go vote for her, Trina. Exercise your right, though. What are you doing? Exercise your right to vote. Go vote for her.
Fuck them all.
Come on, now you think? Listen here. Too many black people done marched and protested for you to have the right to vote.
Hey.
Vote for Cassandra.
I'm voting for our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, put Jesus on that ballot. That'll be a blessing.
Our Lord and Savior. Because he's going to get it right.
Right, Donald Duck. Donald Duck is a good candidate. I take that one. A goofy.
You know why I could be Mickey Mouse? Because my pen is the Incredible Hulk, motherfucker. That's why I'm Mickey Mouse.
Oh, that's a good one. The Incredible Hulk.
It's the Incredible Hulk. It's fine.
Hey, baby Dick. Baby Dicks. Put Baby Dicks on the ballot. There you go.
I did not vote to because the recall was a farce.
Baby Dicks, you know I think you got an anaconda. Don't feel bad, sir. I believe you have an anaconda. You're just hiding it.
No, he looks.
All right.
He knows there won't be no disappointment.
Oh boy.
Trina said she did not vote for the recall. Is that right,
What?
Trina?
Oh, you didn't vote for the recall.
Because
that
it
what you
wasn't
said?
going to go through because it was illegal and a farce.
Yeah, that attorney screwed them over. That attorney fucked that. I think the judge noted that in the pleading. The judge even said it.
Like I said, Tammy Brown said the trustees decided to take a chance. So he told them, if I do it this way, it might not go through. And they said, fuck that shit, go ahead with it. And it didn't go through. Why
They
would
about
you
to put you on the ballot.
when you could have put that on the ballot a few
Yeah.
months later? From July to November isn't a long time. You know, once you establish the recall mechanism, then you just put on a November ballot as a referendum question. Do we want to recall Tiffany Hilliard? And then she would have had to go in 30 days if that's what the people vote was, which it was. But they want to run around with this dumb shit talking about she a recall mayor. Y'all a motherfucking lying. Y'all fucked our money up.
Well, here's the thing I'm going to say about this, and then I have to drop. There's a House bill, 1804, that is going to be passed regarding the Chicago mayor being recalled. The state's trying to give the voice back to the people for election vote. Well, make sure you write to them and tell them to add on all mayors in all counties so that this recall process can now be made easier through a simple election vote through the vote of the people in the state of Illinois.
That would encompass the entire state. So we
it's a state's legislation, so it should be. But they're doing it specifically for Brandon Johnson, and it should not be limited to him. So y'all make sure y'all tell y'all fair-haired governor that.
The Republicans.
It's not exclusive to Brandon Johnson. It's for anybody who is a mayor under in the state of Illinois, and it will be. Right. We don't have to wait until 4 years or start a high recall initiative that we will be able to remove them in the next general election as a referendum, no matter what it be. And I think that is great because we won't have a high recall bill to get them out, and we won't have to wait a long time for it. And they will know going in that you have a year to have our agenda correct or your ass is gone.
One last question. Who's paying Bo Brindley? Who paying him? Who paying his attorney fees?
I would imagine Tiffany, but I don't know.
Really? Who's paying Max Solomon? Who's paying Max Solomon?
Who paid Lori Lightfoot? Who's paying?
They shouldn't have paid for it. I said that last year because she had no subpoena power. I said she should have. That's a waste of money, but
any information
people got out of what they got out of it. But I said last year, why have an outside, investigation with someone that can't have no subpoena power? There's only so much you can get. I said that in a video last year. I'll send you the link. I said that myself, and people came for me, but I meant it.
At the end of the day, when the feds come marching in, the trustees may need to retain Lori Lightfoot as their
Lord.
attorney, and we already know that has vote for her. So, everybody ass is in a sling. They all need to be nice to each other because they will most likely have a federal Thornton deck. Okay?
Yeah.
Chris Gonzalez was put on our police and fire board as soon as he put Tiffany on the Thornton board. Not only that, but Thornton Township agreed to let Tiffany inherit Frank Zuccarelli's salary, which should have not ever happened.
And I agree with that.
Inherited a salary on a job. Could it be?
Agreed.
Because the 42% of township assets is held in cash. That will be $14 million, of which Stephanie Wiedemann has contacted me via message and told me that it's $12 million left because they spent $2 million on garages for all the township vehicles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you keep account of $12 million in cash? Who counts it and when? How often they say it's held at Fifth Third Bank? Who counts it? Who has privy to go in around it? Like how much is actually left? Who keeps accounting of it and when?
The treasurer should be doing that. Y'all should have a treasurer that should be doing that. And
our treasurer was Jerry, that fucking resigned after I asked that question.
What?
Boop, how you
Oh
doing?
God. He
Boop,
was you
how
all
you,
treasurer?
Boop, how you doing? Go on the website. It's still there.
I did post
Oh, he done took all that information with him. Where the hell are the financials at about that the cash assets then? If he was the treasurer, why was he a treasurer? They should have had a separate person, not a trustee.
And my next question is, while his son got a $3 million lawsuit against Thornton Township with no injury attached, only that he was fired and talked to disrespectfully by Keith Price, and Stephanie is sitting on the board, and the board is dominated by Chris, Stephanie, and Carmen Carlisle. What's that executive session decision going to be like on that $3 million asked for?
Oh Lord.
Well, they pushing that
Oh man.
choo-choo train.
Yeah, ooh, Thornton Times, man. Come on.
Now hold on. They got
these lawsuits,
they
something
got
else.
Napoleon Harris up to bat, but when Frank Zuccarelli died, Napoleon Harris nominated himself and couldn't even get a goddamn second. Now he the caucus man, baby. Please, why couldn't he get a second when Frank Zuccarelli died?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think Nate Fields should be supervisor.
But they
Nate
put
needs to be
Tiffany
elected.
through unanimously.
Yeah.
What about the deep, dark secrets and allegations of Frank Zuccarelli having a sexual relationship with Nate Fields? Because you do know that he lived.
No. Come on now.
What?
And that was
Wait.
told to me by
What?
Sherry Britton. That was told to me by
Trina.
Sherry Britton.
Trina. Did you just say Frank Zuccarelli had a sexual relationship with Nate Fields?
I said alleged, and that
Alleged.
it was told to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Did you just say
And that
Frank
it was
Zuccarelli had an
told-
alleged
and this
sexual
was
relationship with
told
Nate
to
Fields?
me- And this was told to me by Sherry Britton, and it was also mentioned by other people in the community. Okay?
Trina,
And
that's
he was
what?
present in the house, and he was living with Frank Zuccarelli. It is no secret that he was living with Frank Zuccarelli.
Oh Lord.
Now, I thought it was like a father-son thing here, which is how he was listed in obituary and in the last article.
He's not a father. What's wrong with his daddy?
Oh Lord.
Trina. Okay. Lord have mercy.
No.
Woo, that blows my mind right there. You sure? You sure she said it's alleged sexual here?
No. Because what also was something else
Dear
that was
Lord.
told to me. No, hold on. Something was
Okay.
told to me that was very important as well. The lady that's a friend, Miss Hicks of Sherry Britton, stated that Tiffany Henyard was the one to bring Frank Zuccarelli all the young boys, allegedly.
Oh, Lord. What are you insinuating here? Just say it.
I'm glad you said allegedly.
Oh my God, Trina.
And I definitely, hold on, you laughing and shit. I say allegedly, but the whole goddamn community fucking knows this, has been circulating through the community a long time, long before I got the information. So when they sit up there, when they say they there for Fania and all of this shit, I guess these other relationships that allege to have happened were consensual.
Oh my God. Oh man. Trina, I got to digest this in bit by bit.
Tell me how Michael Smith, with his background, was able to maneuver through the Z-10.
Oh my God. Trina, are you serious? That's got to be a joke.
Well, I don't think we're laughing, Miss A.
I know how to absorb this. I don't even know how to digest this. My brain is like, wait.
Well, I don't think we're laughing about it. I think we're in shock.
We're not. Miss Asia, we're shocked. You talking about what's to laugh about? We're shocked. The shock of it. Did you hear what she said? What?
Yeah.
It ain't that you hear what I said.
No, I'm asking you. I'm saying that the commenter that's talking about what's to laugh about. I'm like, I don't know how to take this.
Has been saying this for years before it came out my mouth.
Okay, Trina.
Jesus.
Okay.
Why?
Trina.
Why are they keeping these deep, dark ass, freak ass secrets?
Oh.
Ooh. Mm.
Well, I did post
my brain.
I did post the Treasury report for Dalton for 2023.
Conscious, don't change the subject. It's getting good.
Okay, I'll mute.
No, you're good. I'm just playing with you.
Trina has.
How old is Nate? Let me ask you. How old is Nate? How old is Nate feels?
Between 30 and 35.
And how old was Frank Zuccarelli when he passed?
102 or some shit. I don't know.
Oh Lord.
Trina.
Oh Lord.
Oh God. Can you just I don't even want to know if I wanted that email. Okay. Oh God. I'm shocked. I'm for once some speeches. I don't know what to say out of this body. It's just Jesus.
In the community that's listening to this, I bet they ain't shocked. I bet they heard it a long time ago.
Yeah.
They just ain't gonna say shit. They just ain't gonna say shit. And then when you fast forward to right now with the issue with Fania and Andrew Holmes and Thornton paying for a trip that they shouldn't have even been paying for, y'all still on that freak shit. Y'all
God.
on that freak shit. Now ask Jedediah about what information he have about Jerry and underage boys that he was speaking of.
You know what? Don't dare me, because I will. No, don't dare me.
That ain't a
I will.
That's a request.
I will. Because Jerry Jones had to go for. I think he alluded to something about some stuff he found out that Jerry Jones kind of just had to go. And so I sure will. So now it's that those stocks are being connected. So, yep, I'm gonna ask him about it. Jerry Jones,
Thornton had no business paying for anything that had to do with Dalton. Chris was right on board paying for that shit. Chris was right with giving Tiffany whatever she wanted until
what she should have done.
Well, I gotta tell you, this has been. Are you educated?
This has been one of the most interesting lives I've had ever. It is. Wow. All right. Well, send me emails. They email me later, LLC, Yahoo, honey. Anything you want me to report on? Because this is wild.
Well, Lady Luck, I got to tell you, I really appreciate you coming up on the panel and having an adult conversation where we can discuss different opinions, because that's what this channel is all about, and putting out facts. And I really appreciate you being on this panel. I truly do. And I hope we can get together again. And I think it's been educational. I think it's been educational on both sides, right? If there are sides. I mean,
well, like I said, we're not gonna always agree. Me and other YouTubers, people out there, are just not gonna. Not me and you, Conscious. I'm just saying in general. People are not gonna always agree with my opinion. I'm not gonna always agree with everyone else, but I do try to be direct. Like I told Burgundy, I was not trying to come off argumentative or anything like that, but I did stay how I feel. Like Trina thinks I should be saying super stupid, but I'm gonna say it because that's how I feel about it. Yeah. So I mean, but it's
I don't think. I mean, you can absolutely. I said that the human part. She not.
oh, what I
Don't
mean that
demonize. But that's
I'm
your
like,
opinion too. But I don't have
yeah,
nothing to say about her
that's my
being
opinion
called.
and view of her. It is just,
What I
you
did
know,
say is check
yeah,
out everybody.
yeah, that I can agree to. That I can, and I've done that. I started with that with Jason House. I've said already to cuss Chris Gonzalez out. I've said your governor's a pearhead. I have literally, I said the village Dalton attorney dropped the ball on the recall. I even said that the Lori Lightfoot last year, that report was going to just be, it's not going to be fruitful for the money she was charging. People got what they got out of it, but could that have been avoided? Yes, because I think you could get some YouTubers to do some research and probably came up with a lot of that information. So for free. So it's not like people share information all the time. I don't mind reporting it. So
as elected officials, if they
yeah,
can't get an itemized bill from Amazon, I ain't voting for your dumb ass.
yeah. I understand, but I do want you to go out and exercise your vote. Like, just exercise the right. You vote for whoever you vote for, whatever you write down, just do it
every
because
year I live right across from one of the largest polling places in Dalton. So
Oh,
every
okay.
year I get my Sarah Palin on. Well, you got to first of all, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat, and that's the reason why. Because
you don't have to be. You can go vote. Republicans vote.
To the people.
Yeah, you don't have to be a Democrat to vote. Go vote. It don't matter what you are. You're an American. You got the right to do it. Go vote. I'm made for American.
Representation in Dalton.
Yeah, vote for the Republicans.
These are all the same people who ran on the same ticket 4 years ago, and they have cost the village in the millions on the recall alone. And y'all all knew each other wasn't shit before you ran on the ballot with each other. So why it got to cost us in the millions? Why we got to pay for all y'all lawyers, but we broke?
Well, that's why I keep asking. Who the hell paid for Solomon and Brindley and how are these attorneys being covered here? Because it's a whole lot of money going towards attorneys' fees, and it seems like you got these mayors and people in Illinois. A lot of people in Illinois shuffling around the same attorneys. It just they just go in and they're gonna go in and get the cash grab. But where's that money coming from? And I've said that in 1,000 videos. It don't make sense. And it's sad that tax dollars going to us.
It's coming from us.
Yeah. But
if it wasn't, they would have stopped this bullshit a long time ago. It's coming from us.
Yeah. But I have to go. I've got my kids. It was fun with everybody. And, I still watch and listen to Blue's videos because I do try to keep an open mind and get other perspectives. I commented on one of her videos earlier regarding Nate the lawyer. And he reached out to me as well, asking, for me to say information on some of the things he said. So I do try to listen to everybody and get everybody's perspective and opinions. And like I said, if I give my opinion, I'm not disrespecting your opinion. It's just we might come to a point we just don't agree, and that's fine. But
I think we have
nothing wrong with the dialogue.
I think we have to be respectful in our opinions. Everybody has opinions. Be respectful in your opinions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But we really appreciate it, Lady Luck. I appreciate it.
Go vote, Trina. And send me an email on your information you want me to report on. I'll put it out there. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you for having me, Conscious.
Oh, thank you.
All right, no problem. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Conscious, let me get my little ass off your show.
Well, I guess my I guess my content is gonna have to wait for another day. Hey, Potato, you're late to the party.
But it was I'm definitely going back to the Lansing Journal video because that's where Public Ops got his footage from, and I definitely seen the knife.
Yeah, like I showed that picture.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Yeah,
and that was, that's clearly a knife, and Nobody knows who that person was. Nobody can testify as to who he was with exactly. Doesn't look like he was with Kamal Woods and them at all.
No.
So the situation is, while Tiffany's jumping about that seat, he could have easily gutted her. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
He could have gutted her, and the way security and the police work, he could have ran off into the night.
Oh, yeah.
Ran off into the night, and we will still be trying to look for this person.
And is this what you want for your community?
Yeah, that's what a lot of them dumbass people who was downstairs want, but are they community members?
Yeah. BS on the security guard.
No, bro. I'm talking about on dude. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's all. That also gives me the confirmation when people act like they can't see shit that's right in their face. That let me know what party that belongs to. That would be the Jedediah and everybody party. Because see, these are the same people who said Keith Freeman was a thief and needed to go. I remember Kiana arguing with him adamantly, as well as the rest of the board, to where we could hardly get a board meeting going.
Right.
And now he baby Jesus.
Yeah, why are you clapping for him?
Sherry, Valerie, everybody out there protesting Lavelle Redmond's employment in Dalton because of his sexual criminal history, news media and all. Now he's the most beloved of the damn community.
Yeah, why?
Get the fuck together. Are you serious? You're not going to let me know about nefarious shit, and then because they're working nefariously with you, that they're okay people now. No, if you call them out as fucked up people, I'm supposed to say, oh no, they're good now. Hell no.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of group thing. That's why I think PsyOps was a very good title, because they are group. I don't know if they didn't got too many boots. Girl, I don't know what the hell wrong with these people.
Yeah.
But they got tunnel vision, and if you don't repeat the same thing they repeat, then you are totally absurd and incorrect. But ain't no way in hell. I'm not a group thinker.
No. And, well, that's the way it is in government. All government is like this, from the national to the local.
But the highest paid people in the government aren't thinking in the same box that the group is thinking in.
Oh, hell no. No, they put out messages and everybody grabs onto it and they run with it. And
I have not. It's like now government is run by strictly word of mouth, social media, and what the group says.
Yeah.
And the people don't have a problem with attacking another group.
Yeah.
And so they're just like prepping people for a bigger thing. Yeah, and if they keep operating this way and not correcting the behavior of the people and being more civilized, then they will have a civil war in their hands that they can't understand, as they will say, where it came from.
Right. Wyoming, what's your question for Trina? Do.
Question for Trina. Oh shoot.
Oh shoot. You're in deep shit now. But it's like
my eyeballs.
It's like cattle herding, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you email?
Wow. Email a few people so he won't just shank me, because I'm the only one with it.
Wyoming, I can email you. I know who that had that knife. I'll email it to you. I don't have to worry about it.
I mean, that whole situation it went all around the world. Like, I had so many people that know me call me and ask me, was I involved? I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you see anybody ass kicked? For real, for real. You didn't, then you know damn well I wasn't involved.
Well, the knife wasn't used because there would be blood everywhere, right?
No, I don't believe it was used at all.
No.
I don't
Oh, okay.
think it was traded off or anything like that. It's just horrific that someone would bring that large of a knife anywhere. You know what I mean? For any reason inside a public, like what the fuck?
Yeah, and how'd they get it in there?
And when it's no metal detectors.
Well, somebody said
metal detectors.
Somebody said there was metal detectors in the township.
It's metal detector at Dalton.
But not at the township.
There's no metal detector in the township.
Another.
Ain't no metal detector in Dalton Park District.
Another story then. Another story.
So no, Dalton Park District just decided to have the police wand everybody down. But rest assured, I called the police station to find out what is your protocol for safety for the evening.
Yes, I can, Wyoming. I can do that. I have the power of email.
And I'm outside the meeting. I see Lavelle Ratman ride past. We face to face. I'm like, look at this shit right here. And then I see Brittany. And Brittany start waving at me. I'm like, bitch, don't speak to me. You know damn well I don't fuck with you. I don't know how you so excited and all of this clean house shit, but girl, you know I don't fuck with you. This girl was in court with Tammy lying with like, what the fuck? Douglas say, flick your pig.
Well, I had a cigarette. I had a cigarette. I did. I had a cigarette. This has been kind of wild. So I had a cigarette.
I definitely got a pack. He definitely heard my lighter.
I did.
I keep throwing away the pack and it say earn rewards now. I don't know how they do that stuff now with the Newports. It used to be a little coupon thing in there.
Oh, I have no idea.
I used to smoke Cartier cigarettes.
Oh, well.
But my favorite are Darjums and Valley High because I like clove cigarettes.
Oh, well.
My mom used to be like, it smelled like you seasoning a damn ham.
Oh, shit. Oh, hey, my mother smokes. She's 91 years old. So, you know, she takes one pill a day for blood pressure. That's it.
My grandma take about 5 pills a day, and she makes sure that she have pink Moscato because she just hood now, honey. She used to drink California Chardonnay by Vendage. You know, Vendage wine. Her brand was Vendage California Chardonnay.
Oh,
now she drinks Sutter Home pink Moscato. I said, "Ooh, grandma, you get her." That's a wine, baby. I like dessert wines like Moscato and Riesling, though. Yeah, but if I were like red wines, I like Shiraz. If that's the way you pronounce Shiraz, I like the flavors of it. I think that shit got cloves in it too.
Do you like the symphony? Do you like the symphony?
Do I like the symphony?
Yeah, classical music.
I definitely like classical music. I worked for a little while as a temp at WFMT Radio in Chicago, and they only play classical music. They're a public radio station that plays classical music. And I had to really learn the different areas of music because people would call in and want to know what was that was played last. You know, so I had to pay attention, because I'm like, that was Beethoven, concerto number, whatever, or this was the symphony in New York Classical Symphony or whatever, And so one day I was fucking around. It was my last day, and I said, yeah, that was Puff Daddy and Mace. And they were cracking up. They was like, no, that wasn't no Puff Daddy. I was like, I'm just making sure you guys are paying attention out there.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of Rucker's cigars coming in? Oh no.
I seen that Rucker had the damn lights on last week.
Oh, really?
Rucker, I seen you had the lights on.
Oh, she's coughing.
He had the lights on. Mm-hmm.
My brother sent a bottle of peanut butter moonshine up to my mother. She drank the whole damn bottle. It's gone.
Peanut butter moonshine sound good.
It was good. I had a sip.
I'm still drinking my strawberry beef eaters. Like my cousin, he's a retired what was he when he left? I think a sergeant major.
Mm-hmm.
And I know damn well I don't have no business drinking anything he drinks. This man is over 70 years old and been in like every war that's been available to him in the military. And I'm drinking what the fuck he drinks.
Yeah.
And talk big shit behind it.
Yeah.
But he gave me a shot after work, and I couldn't even remember why I had a bad day. I was like, damn, cuz, what is this? He was like, it's beef eaters. I'm like, fuck, I got to get some of that. And then I seen how much it costs, a big bottle. I was like, maybe not. A bottle of wine.
What is that, like $200 a bottle?
Like for the great big bottle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the fifth is $39.99.
Yeah.
You might get a good deal, like $32.99 for a fifth, but yeah.
Yeah.
The great big super gallon that he has, that I'm like, how do you even pour that shit with one hand?
Oh, shit.
Most importantly, how the fuck did you finish it in a few days and you still alive?
Oh my Lord.
Right? If you didn't faint alone from going upstairs to the bathroom that many times.
Crown Royal.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Label.
No beef eaters. He stayed in Germany so long. That's where he met his wife. That's where I met my beautiful cousins.
Oh.
I nicknamed them the Third Reich.
Oh.
Yeah. Because the oldest three, they keep up more shit. And then the youngest one, he's so sweet. But the older three, fuck, they're not even ready. My cousin Richard, they're not even ready for him.
Uh-oh.
If Richard came to one of the meetings, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm getting arrested."
Uh-oh.
Like, no, you're not. That's my fucking cousin, yo. He ain't here to do shit, but go to a party.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But it is just I really wanted to run for office, but when my grandmother was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But she still said she had that dream of me. She told me like last year, and I was telling everybody, my grandmother said she called me. She said, I had a dream that you were in a fight and you held someone until they drove me down there and I made you let them go. And I said, damn, why it gotta be me? Why it can't be my youngest sister, Tracy? Like, she's the one that's still fighting and shit. Like, I made a deal with God to not fight because I want a grandbaby soon. So I'm trying to, like, hope that one of my oldest has a grandkid. Like, what's going on? I'm not doing that. Yeah, but then to see the fight break out, I'm like, dang, Grandma, you still be on it with them dreams. Like, wasn't there. And she called me and asked me, was I going? The last time I came in and I spoke and I got pissed with Miss Alicia harassing me. And so the next meeting time came. Before the meeting came, she was, "Are you going?" And I was like, "No."
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good decision because I don't think I could bear to watch that type of bullshit go on. As
Yeah.
a taxpayer, I was
Yeah.
ready to fight everybody who don't live here in this mother. Like,
Yeah.
police
Yeah.
need to be held. Staples need to be held accountable. LaRoe, who was in charge that night, he needs to be held accountable. This type of shit should not be going on.
No, it's despicable behavior on all sides.
And as the police station, they progressively watched it and let it get worse.
Yeah, they have all the videos, right?
Absolutely, I know that. Everybody who's been recording the meeting, if you combine them, all of the disturbances are there. I actually have a full list of video called disturbances.
Oh.
Yeah, because people was talking about me and shit. And these public officials pulling me in court with the same bullshit line. Whenever Trina's around, my peace is breached. Why, bitch? Your soul is broke?
Oh, geez.
Because you haven't cited anything legal.
Well, it's because
threatened or harassed or stalked anybody.
Well, it's because you call out
less.
It's because you call out everybody. That's it.
But they have to pay for fucking with my time in this courtroom, unwarranted. And I'm going to make it a point that they pay in the courtroom and they come off them dollars for doing so this year, because that's the only thing they understand is when you hit them in their damn pockets.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I will not ever hit them upside their head. I will always hit them in their pockets, because that's the only thing they understand.
That's
because
true.
whatever was in their head was knocked out a long time ago.
Well, they've been on these boards forever. They've been in Dalton, Thorton, Calumet City, Harvey. They're all over the place.
And our school boards need term limits.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's looking at Tiffany, but do they realize our local Thornton Township High School board is $54 million in arrears?
Oh, Lord.
54 million, and nobody's paying attention that they're spending millions for elevator repairs and they ain't got no damn elevators.
Oh, I heard you say that.
Kids and employees have told me that. So how you repairing something you don't have in the first place?
Yeah.
And I seen the shoddy roof job where they just put tar up. I seen no tile whatsoever.
Just tar.
So how did you replace roofs at 3 buildings? This is absolutely damn ridiculous what they're doing. And they say they spend $16.5 thousand per child annually for education and posted the shit on their website. I highly doubt it when I paid $13.5 for my son's education at Mount Carmel for 4 years, and he just left in 2012, that they're spending that amount on these children.
Yeah.
More than private school, please. So I think that Trump going through the Department of Education is a very good idea, because we need choice vouchers, especially in Illinois. If we had a choice of whether we going to send our children to a private institution or public, I think most people would send their children to a private institution.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Democrats don't want that to happen.
Yeah, because they want to hold our children in these schools, which are prisons, and not teach them anything to where they would be adults that make a livable wage.
Yeah.
When I went to Hyde Park High School, I left there and I could make a livable wage right from high school, a livable wage.
Yeah.
These children are graduating from Thornton Township in these mediocre jobs, Walmart, restaurants, Burger King. No.
Yeah.
Not with a $16,000 education annually.
Right. But it's not going to the kids.
Absolutely not. They say, well, most of that's on instruction. So y'all are spending this type of money on teachers that don't have a contract with students that are failing. And
the,
that, yeah.
the kids can't read and write.
I've been subbing at schools, charter schools, fourth graders, fifth graders that cannot read. And they only can write because they ask the computer what to write.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord.
I mean, what the heck? What's going, I mean, and it's like, you know, it's like, and then they don't have basic social skills to be able to thrive in a community. You know, it's like nobody's going to hire you to bag groceries. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Seriously? And then, you know, I'm you know, one school, they fed the children very well. Another school fed the children 4 cheese sticks and mixed vegetables, peas and carrots, and a piece and a roll. Like, how in the hell is 4 cheese sticks lunch?
Oh, God.
Tell me anywhere that this is legal.
They're getting away with it.
Yeah, and our local school district had they said it was lunch served with mealworms. But multiple calls about lunch spaghetti being served with maggots in it. But the school explained this away as mealworms and that it's not going to do anything to the children, allegedly.
You got to be shitting me. No, you're not shitting me.
No, this was like in December.
Oh, Lord.
So this is so disgusting, man. This is so disgusting, you know, and, you know, we have the tax assessor who sits on the school board. You know, we see Chris Gonzalez going into the school board meeting, but he's not at the meeting, you know, with, and Carmen's not at the meeting. They purposely, I mean, you don't want to sit Tiffany's appointment, but you were hell bent on making sure that Stephanie sat there. Why? Yeah. And she's just going to sit there interim under Jerry's position until March. That's crazy, but not be on the ballot for election. Nobody thinks that's strange.
That's, wait a minute. Yeah, she's not on the ballot.
No. No. Why?
Why?
If she's such a great representative, why would she not be on the ballot? Why, as a permanent trustee? Why?
Why? Never thought of it. Honestly, I never thought of it.
That's why I'm keeping an eye on that settlement Jerry Jones' son has against Thornton Township and what's going to be decided in an executive session. I'm sure it's going to be decided in executive session and not go to court. Therefore, the board will decide and not the jury or the judge.
Yeah, he wants a jury trial, right? There's some juicy stuff in that lawsuit.
But you know that litigation is always discussed in executive session, and the board has the right to settle that litigation in executive session.
Of course, and they will.
Absolutely.
They will.
Absolutely.
They will. Pay him to shut up. Yeah. Don't let anything out. But hey, Lord. Okay.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Thank you, Trina, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you
as
for
always.
having. Have a good day.
Hey, you as well. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Well, I guess we'll get to the setup on the board meeting another time. This was a very informational. Am I still smoking? Actually, yes, I did. I just lit another cigarette. Thank you, Scott Dale, for noticing. And it's okay to smoke. I found that out. It's okay. A lot of people do it. But anyways, we're going to have to get back to our other content another time. I really appreciate Lady Luck for getting up on here and having an adult conversation. because that's what we do. And I'm going to take a drag of this cigarette right now. Here you go, Scottsdale. Here. Did you hear me? Inhale. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I sure will. Oh, thank you, Mama Love. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe if you feel like it. This channel has never been about making money. Never has been, never will be. But thank you all. We'll have to do the live again. And I appreciate, well, I didn't until the Cuban camp thing came up. And then I had a cigarette. So, but it's okay. So that's how. When I had that little breakdown, I had a cigarette. I went to Kentucky and I had another cigarette. And thank you, Douglas. But I didn't smoke for a long time until then. And but anyways, can we get the flock out of here? And are you in Kentucky right now? Oh, I'm pushing the wrong buttons here. Let's go ahead and get the flock out of here. Thank you, Trina Downs. Thank you, Burgundy Blue Commentary. Thank you, Choose Compassion. And everybody can think whatever they want to about me. Go ahead. You know, it's okay. You can have your own opinion. That's what opinions are for. Opinions are like assholes, right? Everybody has one. Okay. Take care. Yes, I know it's my heart. And I will stop, Cynthia. I will.